What's good, y'all? We live right now. Tune in to our podcast called Morally Correct, but not really. This
Right.
podcast basically is going to be talking about a bunch of different shit that you probably be thinking about, but you don't want to talk about because cancel culture and, a bunch of weak ass people be getting offended by shit all the time.
Yep. Yep. And that's why
So
we finna hurt some feelings.
all day.
Got to. Well,
Yeah.
I'm Mikey the Connect, and you are.
Yeah. My name is Pretty Magnificent, and you can check me out on Instagram at Pretty Magnificent One, and check out my YouTube channel, Pretty Magnificent.
Yeah. And then you can follow me on Instagram at Mikey underscore the underscore connect. And this is the Morally Correct podcast. And we just wanted to give like a little introduction, real quick to what are y'all getting yourselves into. We came up with this podcast because we wanted to talk about the what do we call it, the Thanksgiving conversations, where it's like, when you meet with the family and you haven't seen your cousins in 8 or 9 months and you got some issues, or whether it's political or religion, like anything, like we call it the Morally Correct podcast, but we put the sign in front of it that's saying we not, like,
We're
it's the
not.
opposite. We're
We're gonna
not
talk
gonna
about
be
all types
morally
of shit.
correct.
All
Yeah,
types of
we
shit
we
that's not
we may hurt
really correct.
feelings. Exactly, we may hurt feelings. We're gonna ruffle some feathers, but these are things that need to be discussed in
Yeah,
today's world. Like it has to be discussed. It has to. Yeah.
absolutely.
So
And what I would like to say is, as far as what we're gonna talk about today, is like toxic family members and just different situations pertaining to the black family. And I mean, not necessarily the black family. I mean, this type of stuff happens with all different races, I'd assume.
mm,
But as far as the black family, because I'm black, so I can only talk about my
and
experiences,
I'm
but
black. I think I'm black. I got a lot of other shit. I think
we
I'm a
all
mutt.
do. You a mutt?
Yeah, I think I'm a
Well,
mutt.
I'm an Aboriginal Indian, so we'll talk about that later.
I think I'm a red skinned potato Indian.
You got a potato head, but all right.
Oh
But
man.
anyway, okay, so before we get to the meat and potatoes, you do music and you're a manager. So I would like for you to let people know where they can find your stuff. Tell them what's popping.
Um, well, they could find everything on my Instagram. I would say if you follow my Instagram page, like you will see everything you need to see. So follow the Mikey the Connect, Mikey underscore the underscore connect. Like, just follow that, and you'll see all my links to all the music, the artists that I manage, uh, the models that I manage, even your stuff on there. Like, you'll find everything that you need to find, on that Instagram. Because one thing I learned about people is when you start saying go here and go there, they be like, man, I'm not feeling.
I'm not about the people are very
Yeah,
very slow to do a lot of different things at once.
they
So
are. Yeah, everything need to be easy, simplicity. Like, it has to be easy. So if it's not easy, they won't do it.
right.
But let's take our first shot before we even get into anything.
Cheers to our
Toast to
first
strength.
episode.
Yeah,
Toast
cheers
to
to our first
success.
episode.
This is about to
Yeah,
be a very successful situation. And
yeah,
again, you guys, you can find me Pretty Magnificent at Pretty Magnificent One on Instagram, and on YouTube it's Pretty Magnificent. And I do a bunch of shit. Like, I'm a content creator. I sell healthy products. You can look at the links in my bio that'll direct you to everywhere you need to go. I make t-shirts, and yeah, I mean, we it's only up from here. Shit, we about to do a
yeah.
whole bunch of shit. But welcome to our first episode, and what we're gonna talk about today is toxic ass family members.
Yes, yes, toxic
Man,
family members. Oh Lord. And I think we felt like the best thing to do, well, the reason we wanted to jump it off with this topic is because like this is an important topic. You know,
yeah,
this one of them conversations that a lot of us run from when we shouldn't.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
for
because
sure.
it created a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of things we go through. You know, and it's like because we feel like
Talk
we
about it.
can't talk to each other. Exactly.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
parents. You know, a lot of times, growing up, we were more so
Hmm.
like told what to do, get our ass beat, go to your room, whatever. It was never a situation where we could actually talk about our feelings or talk
Yep.
about how we felt about something that may have happened. And a lot of times, our parents would discipline us and not even explain later why they did that. Or, well, I mean, my parents did sometimes, but it's a lot
Hmm.
of parents that just say, go sit your ass down and I don't really give a fuck. Like,
Exactly.
I don't care
Yep.
how you feel about it. You do what I say, you under my roof. You go,
Right.
you ain't paying no bills, you ain't putting no money on the table. You gonna listen to what the fuck I say, and that's it. Like, it's
Yep.
not no type of compromise at some point. And I honestly feel like that's a paradigm that we have been, confined to as
Hmm.
Black people. And really, I think that puts a lot of it puts a lot onto our mental health.
It do. Well,
Like, yeah,
the thing is, like, parents have to understand that just because you're a parent, that don't mean that you fucking right. Like, you
right,
still at the end of the day, you're a human being. Like, so
right,
I think what a lot of parents, like, I can't speak, so I'm gonna say black because I'm black. I don't know how it is in
right,
the in the Spanish culture or the white, but I
right.
know one thing in the black families is like, oh, I'm the parent, so I'm right.
That's it. That's law.
That's bullshit because
Yeah,
you're a human.
yeah,
You gonna get that shit wrong sometime. You ain't gonna be right. You're not gonna know what you're talking about. And that kid may actually know more than what you talking, especially these kids today, what they call them, the millennials or whatever.
millennials. We're
Man, these
millennials.
little no, I ain't that shit. These little
You a whole
bastards,
millennial.
these little bastards are smart today,
I'm
man.
not a
Like these
millennial
little
at heart.
man, fuck that. I'm a old school.
Yeah,
I get
old
the
school
switch off the
nigga.
tree. Yeah. Now today you whip the kids now and it's like just take their phone away and that's a man, that's
My daughters are not getting a phone till they like 14.
right. Which they
I don't
shouldn't.
I don't think they do. You know, my 7-year-old daughter is asking for a phone already. I'm like,
Wow.
no.
Right.
Not
Hell no.
happening. Not
For
happening. With all
real.
this crazy ass shit going on, ain't no
Yeah. And
fucking
it's
way
it,
in hell.
things are too accessible now, like all the like the porn and the OnlyFans and
And
yeah, you got to
pedophiles.
be careful. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. But that's a whole look. That's another
See, we can
that's
go
another
down through there.
podcast, right?
We can
But
go
yeah,
down through
so
there.
the number one thing though is like parents. I think parents, especially in our culture, they have to understand like you're not always right.
You're not always
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like you're not like you're not gonna know everything. You're not gonna always have the answers. And it's okay. Like I think that's the thing about parenting and about life is it's an everyday learning thing. Like you're gonna continue to learn every day. You're
Yeah.
gonna find out something
It's
new
a
in a
marathon.
better way. Yeah, it's a marathon. It's not a
Yeah.
race. You
Right.
know.
And
So why did? Oh, go ahead.
like like you were saying, it's a marathon. I feel like if more parents were to, understand the fact that we're all learning, the kids are learning, they're learning, because me as a parent, I know for a fact that my children have taught me a lot of shit that I wasn't really good at before. Like, I didn't really
Uh-huh.
have good patience. So,
Mhm.
they have taught me a lot of patience. Like,
Mhm.
because you have to be patient with your kids. And, when I do discipline them when they did something wrong, I try to sit them down and talk to them about it because I truly care about their feelings,
Mhm.
and I want them to understand what's going on and why I had to do what I wanted to do. And you know, a lot of times I think back in the day, our parents didn't really give a fuck about feelings. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
look, this is what it is. I'm older. I'm your mother or father. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So it is what it is. And one thing I love about my dad, he used to explain certain shit to me and my
Mm-hmm.
brother, you know,
Uh-huh.
and that's not really normal, I don't think,
Mm-hmm.
from experiences that I've heard about. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then on top of that, like since we're not really just focusing on the parents, we focusing on family in a whole. I think a lot of times, like even if you go to other people in your family and discuss certain shit, they're like, "Man, shut the fuck up!" Like
Yep.
not
Yeah.
really, giving a fuck about mental health. You know?
Yeah. And that's the thing in the black community. It's like, especially with us black men, it's like, what do you
Oh
mean
yeah,
you depressed?
you
What do you
can't be
mean
depressed. You're not
are
supposed to
you
have feelings. What are you talking about?
hell fuck no? You supposed to wake up and bottle all that shit in and work as hard as you can and make money and but it's like at the end of the day, I'm human. Like I always tell people, like, listen, no matter what you believe in, whether it's God or the universe or whatever, it's like if this deity gave me these feelings to
They're
have, like I
important.
have emotions, then that mean I
Yeah,
can fucking use them. Like,
yeah.
why are you telling me that I can't cry or I can't be hurt or I always use this one example. I was at the park. This was last summer. I was at a park in Dearborn and I saw these two guys. They was there with their kids, like this black guy and like
Okay,
this Arab. I want to say he was like Arab or something like that. And they was out there teaching their sons how to play baseball. It was like probably like I think the white guy had two sons and the black guy had like three sons. And
okay,
they did a play and they slid the little black boy, he slid into the base and he knocked over the little Arab boy, and they both bust out crying, right?
okay,
And the Arab dad, he picked his son up and he said, "It's okay, son. This is baseball. You're gonna hurt yourself." He wiped his knee off. He went and got a bottle of water. He put it over his knee. The black dad was like, "What the fuck you doing crying? And, man, this motherfucking baseball." And I was like, he hurt himself. What do you
you're
mean? Why
right,
is he
right.
crying? Like, cause we
Yeah,
black, we not allowed to fucking
we're
be
not allowed
emotional?
to be emotional. No, not at
And
all.
think
Especially a
about
boy.
how many dads out here that's saying that to their children.
Yeah.
You
Or
fucking
stop
weak.
that crying. Get your ass
Yeah,
up.
like fuck that,
But I
man. And
think
then
I
with a
think
white, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I
I
would say
think
then the white dad is like he like, Are you okay, Joseph? Like it's okay, you can
yeah.
cry. This is baseball. You're gonna hurt yourself." But the black dad like, "Get your motherfucking ass up and what you?" That's not fair.
And you know what? I think and since we're talking about that, I have to bring this up. I think that goes with our history, well, the history in America as far as
Mm-hmm.
like slavery. I think a lot of that was passed down through generations, just
Okay.
how things have been or was in slavery days. Like just
Mm-hmm.
being you got to be tough all the time or you have to like you get offensive or defensive with
Mm-hmm.
certain shit. Like I think over the course of different generations we got a lot more, you know, away from how we feel and what we feel like we have to do. And
You
like,
feel like we was desensitized
yeah, in a way, yeah.
because we have to be
Because of all the shit that was done to us, you know,
right.
over the course of different generations, feelings became irrelevant to a certain
Right.
extent, I believe. And then a lot of times, you know, okay, in slavery days, they got whipped or beat, you know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's another thing. Like the answer is beat his ass or beat her ass.
Right.
Like that,
Right.
like all we know is just to be tough and beat ass because our ancestors got beat and that's what was passed down. Like that's the only way you
Right.
get shit done really or get a level of understanding is you got to be aggressive. That's what
Beat
I think.
ass. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Like even in the Bible, like for people who believe in the Bible, it's like what they say, spare the rod, spoil the child.
Right.
Like in
Right.
other words, whoop that ass.
Whoop that ass.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what
Now
we know.
let me make this clear though. I I get what you're saying, but as far as when it comes to children, I do believe in whooping ass. Like
Yeah.
I whoop ass. Like when I have kids, I'm gonna whoop my child on Tuesday, just in case they do some shit for
Oh,
Saturday. So when Saturday come and they do some shit and
they
I'm
gonna think
tired,
about that ass whipping.
no, I'm gonna be like, if they do some shit on Saturday, I'm gonna be like, look, I already whooped you Tuesday, so I got one in the pocket.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you get away with that one because I beat the shit out you Tuesday just for no.
Yep.
I'm just gonna wake my son up. If I have, I'm just gonna wake him up and whoop his ass. He's like, what I do? I'm like, this is some just in case ass whooping.
No, like, and it's a catch 22 for me because, like, I feel
Mm,
like it. We have to do that. You have to discipline your kids and shit, you
right.
know. But at the same time, I be thinking like we the only race, to my knowledge, that really advocate for beating ass because our
Hmm.
ancestors got their ass beaten. That's really all we
That's
know.
true.
Like that's how
So
you solve it.
do you think that that's the reason why like black and Spanish culture whoop their kids, and then like you look at the whites and Chinese and all that stuff, like they don't really believe in whipping like that.
Yeah.
But do you think we whip because we were whipped?
I believe so. I believe it has something to do with it. I mean, when you are a part of a certain paradigm for so long, it gets passed down and passed down and passed down. I honestly, truly feel like, say for instance, soul food. We know that shit not
Mhm.
good for us, but that's what they used to
Ooh,
feed us in slavery days.
yeah,
So
it's true.
now, that was passed down and passed down and passed down, and now this is a cultural staple. We go on Thanksgiving and Christmas, fucking 4th of July. We go eat
Hmm.
some soul food, and it's
Right.
really not fucking soul food when you think about it because it kills us. Like it's
Yes, it's
not good for
actually
our soul.
death. It's death on the plate with some
Think,
seasoning salt on
yeah,
it.
we got the highest percentages of high blood pressure, and
Yeah. Yep.
so at the end of the day, I mean, to just dial it back, I do honestly think a lot of that shit is trauma, is PTSD
Mm-hmm.
that has been passed down through generations. And I think at we gotta start breaking generational curses, honestly.
That's true. Have you seen that one lady? I can't remember her name, but she had a thing where she had a. It was a show called post traumatic slave syndrome.
Mm, no.
I listen. When this podcast over, I gotta send it to you.
Okay.
I want to say her name is Dr. Joyce somebody. She a light skinned lady.
Okay.
And so basically, she wrote a couple books, and it's called Post Traumatic Slave Syndrome.
Okay.
And she talking about how like the Willie Lynch program and the Bible and all this stuff has been like indoctrinated into our brains, and
Yeah.
it actually has gotten into our DNA because like
Yeah.
now the way that black people are born, we're almost kind of like born submissive. It's almost like, for
Yeah.
example, like a white person can be just automatically just be like, I just want to be an entrepreneur, or I'm gonna work for myself. I'm gonna start. We automatically like it's something in us is automatically like school, college,
College,
job,
job, retire.
10, 10 hours a day for
Yeah.
40 days, 40 years
Yep.
straight, retire in
And
bad
that's
health,
it. And
don't
that's it.
own shit.
Don't own
Like
nothing. Can't
think
pass nothing
about right
down.
now. Nothing. Like think about how many of our grandfathers, right, and our uncles and stuff who gave Ford and GM and all these different players, they gave them 40, 42, 43 years of their life, and
Yeah.
they still leasing a car, they still
Yep.
paying a mortgage, they and it's like they 70, 80 years old. They don't own shit. They don't got shit. Their health is bad.
Yeah.
Like man, and then and Ford
And they pass that down.
rich as shit. Yeah,
Ford rich
you
as
know.
shit. And I mean, which is a whole different subject, but like I feel a lot of the shit that's being taught or has been taught to us and taught to our kids and the younger generations is not shit we really need to know. Like fuck algebra. Why don't you have a tax class? Or why don't you teach about
Exactly.
credit? Or credit is fucking important. Like it's really fucking important. And that's another toxic trait in our families because they weren't taught this shit, so they don't teach us about it. And
Yep.
that matters. That shit. And then another toxic trait is once you 18, you gotta get the fuck out. But
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that
you
point
didn't
up. Oh
set the
Lord.
kid up for success. Like you ain't get a credit card in their name and build their credit up, put a savings account, and
Yeah.
other families, like I think it makes sense for families to stay together so everybody can stack their bread, they can do what they need to do,
Exactly.
so you can leave the nest with success, not fucking
Properly.
failure.
The goal is to leave the
Nigga,
nest to the point where you don't have to come back.
you don't have to come back. Exactly.
Exactly.
And that is a
Yeah.
very toxic thing in the Black community. If
So
you,
let's hit on that point that you just brought up. I didn't mean to
yeah,
cut you off, but that whole like when you get 18, you got to get out, right?
yeah,
Let's so I remember I never forget I was on 12 Mile and Van Dyke at this auto place in up in Warren, and then I was talking to the owner. He was a white guy, and we were talking, and he was like, "Yeah, my daughter just got married, and her and her husband, took over the bedroom." And I was sitting there, I said, "What happened?"
like
He
what?
said, "Yeah, my daughter just got married. Her and her husband moved in. They took over a bedroom. I gave them a 2-year plan. Within 2 years, they don't pay no rent. But my thing is," he said, "I want to see y'all savings every month.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
see. So the rent that you was gonna pay, the 850 a month, I want to see you actually saving that 850, building your credit, doing this and doing that." And he said, and in 2 years, they go out, they buy them a house, have a car, blah
yeah.
blah, And I was just like, why the fuck we don't do that? Like, what
Because
is it
we
about?
don't know no
Why?
better.
But why do black parents say when you get 18 you got to get out? Like, why would you push your child out? That's the one thing I can say about my dad, my parents is they the my mom and dad was pissed when I left the nest.
Yeah,
But that's rare. Like I'm in a
yeah,
rare situation. My parents, when I moved out and got my own apartment when I was like 18, 19, they were pissed. And my mom, she would call me all the time, like, "You need some money? You want some food?" Or she just called me like, "I'm finna stop by," and I come outside and she got 800 boxes of noodles and bologna, and
that's
she
what's
like,
up.
why you just don't fucking come back home? Like, I don't get it. Like my dad, my mom, when she would get mad and she'd be like, "Get out for 2 days," and you get out, and then she call you, be like, "You okay? Come back home."
Where
My
you at?
dad, if it was up to him, we would never leave the house. I
That's
swear
dope
to
though.
God. I'm 34 right now. And he do not. He like, "Man, get married, Mikey, and have kids, and y'all move in here." And I'm like, "Dude, I want my own space." But he like, "Fuck that, y'all stay here."
Family
So,
is
but that's
everything.
rare. It
That's
is, man.
very rare in our community.
But but why do you think though that we put out, like, why do you think we put each other, like, our kids out at 18? What's your opinion on that?
I
And
mean,
I'm gonna wipe my nose because we not morally correct.
we
I'm
not
this shit is thugged out.
go to
This
blow
a
that
thugged
goddamn
out
nose.
what? Blow the shit out that nose.
Hashtag sinuses.
Hashtag sinuses, man.
Nah, but I honestly think that over generations, our people lost they lost a sense of community. or just
Mhm.
building our own community. It's always get it how you live with us.
Mhm.
Like, and if you're not bringing nothing to the table, you got to go. And
Mhm.
that's really not fair, because when you look back to like Black Wall Street, I don't know if you heard of Black Wall Street
Of
before,
course. That's
but
a whole podcast we need to
that's a
do,
whole
actually.
podcast.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, like they were building generational wealth within their own community. And I mean, it
Mhm.
got bombed, and we know what happened with that. I ain't gonna get into it, but
Right.
it's like over the course of different decades, I feel that people lost that sense of reality. I think it's more
Mhm.
so like, you taking from me, so you
Mhm.
got to go. If you're not bringing
Right.
nothing to the table, once you get to a certain age, you got to go be on your own. I don't have to deal with you no more.
Right.
Like I just don't. I don't think people within our community have a sense of what it takes to build a community.
They don't
And
understand the village. The whole village. It
yeah,
takes a village.
we
Like,
lost that
literally.
mindset, I
Yeah.
feel.
Mhm.
Because for me personally, ain't no way in hell my kids gonna leave the nest and you not set up for success first. And
Exactly.
I don't see myself doing that, especially like just my family and the way I think and stuff. But I mean, I just honestly feel like in our community, they feel that if you're not bringing nothing to the table, you got to go.
Then you taking. Right. Right.
You
Right.
taking from me, so you got to go. And I don't. To be quite honest, I
You
don't
know
like
what's
this
so
shit.
you know what's so fucked up though about that? That same parent take fucking $1,000 and gonna blow it on some dumb shit, right?
Dumb shit, or the
And I
casino or
never
something.
understood. Yeah, like they'll go gamble that money. It's like you could have. That's 2 months of your child staying with you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know, and let me say this too. I also feel like in my heart, because you also want to build character. You also want to build structure. So when I have children and they stay with me, right?
hmm,
My thing is this. Here's my rule for this. You can stay with me, but I need to see that you saving. I don't need
yeah,
your passcode, but I need you. If I say, hey, look, you've been here 6 months. 6 times 8 is this. I need to see this in your savings, right?
yeah,
That's a rule for me, because it's don't use me as a stepping stool, right?
yeah, definitely.
But I think that there's certain things that you should make your child do because it builds character. For example, okay, you staying with me and your husband or your wife, whichever, because if you got a daughter, or in
Right.
today's time, you can have a son with a son, but that's a whole nother topic. But it's like if you stand with me, I feel like, okay, as long as you stand with me, you're responsible for all the toilet paper for the whole house.
Yeah,
Here's why I think you should do that. Because it should not just be 100% scot free, because life is
it's not
never going
scot
to be
free
scot free.
at
So
all.
if I say, okay, you stay here, you stack up 800 a month to stay here, get you and your wife or your husband a car, but while you here, you're responsible for all the toilet paper and all the washing powder.
Hmm.
Actually, you're responsible per month for the Family Dollar bill. So you got to get the
Okay.
dish detergent, toilet
Toiletries and
paper.
shit.
Right, right. The Family Dollar is on you, which realistically $70, $80 a month, right? Let's just say
Yeah.
even $100 a month, right? Depending on how many motherfuckers stay in the house.
Right.
$100 a month. That's all you got to pay. I think you should do that because it teaches that person responsibility.
Responsibility. Hmm.
See what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? But I'm
Yeah.
not gonna charge you to stay with me, like the water, the lights, the gas, all that.
Yeah.
I'll take care of that until I see you jacking your money off on dumb shit.
Then
Hey,
something. It got
hey
to be
my
some changes.
man's, hey
Hey,
my
my man.
man's, you gotta pay some, big fella, because
You're
now
right.
you're not taking it serious.
You
Because like you
not
said,
being. Yeah.
I want my kids to leave the nest and be so straight and so financially stable that they don't
Yeah.
have to come back.
They don't have to come
Also,
back.
another thing, why you here? I feel like black men need to listen to this for y'all sons. Stop fucking pushing college. Stop it. Quit
Yeah.
pushing push trade. Because one thing
Trades.
about a trade is if you're a plumber or an electrician or a carpenter or something
Hmm.
like that where you can use your hands,
Yep.
you're gonna eat for the rest of your fucking
Anywhere.
life.
Anywhere too.
If you're
It,
a plumber, it's always a
you
toilet
gonna
that's back
always
up.
be able to fuck with some pipes. And that's it. In here in Michigan,
Period.
in Atlanta,
Anywhere.
in Vegas, wherever the fuck. Every fucking
Get you a
facility,
van,
house, whatever, needs
get you a
pipes.
van, put your little magnet shit on the side of the
Yep.
van, like such and such clean shit properties or
Coins.
whatever. Yeah, for real. Put that on the
Hella
side of your
coins.
bed. Get you some tools. Know how to use your hands.
Yep.
You're going to eat for the. So if
Forever.
I had a son and he was living with me, I would say, here's a couple rules to live with me. Number one, you got to stack your money. Number two, you got to go get a trade.
Hmm.
Now, if you don't want to do those two things, then hey, my man's go about your business, big dog. You got to go or you got to pay me full rent to stay here.
Right.
And I think that's what the white people and all these different races, they do that because they kid to live with them and be taking a bar exam.
Yep.
You
Exactly.
know what I'm
And
saying?
like I
Like
got
they,
you a car. I've been working on your
yep,
credit for 18 years. You know, I
yep.
done saved you a whole bunch of money and I'm
Oh
teaching you about
Lord,
this. I'm teaching I done started a LLC in your name and now
yep.
boom, going into the world, you good to go. And our people do not fucking do that. And a lot of times our people take advantage of their kids or
They
take
do.
advantage of different family members. You know, I feel like they don't even think about it. And that's
Like,
unfortunate.
one thing I hate to cut you off, but you just said like about taking advantage of like the credit. Black people, please listen to me. Stop putting shit in your kids' name.
Name. Oh,
Stop
come
it.
on. That's the
Listen,
worst shit you can do unless you're going to pay the bill so the credit be
fuck
really
that.
good,
Don't
but they don't.
listen. They don't. So I'm not even finna say do it because you know you're not about to do it. Listen,
You're not going to do it.
stop putting the lights. Stop putting the lights in your baby name.
Stupid.
Stop putting
Stupid.
DTE, Comcast, because here's what happens. When that actual child grow up,
Excuse me.
when that actual child grow up and try to get some shit in their name and they
And got
can't
a
because mom and
six
dad that
thousand
fucked it
dollar
up.
bill that they ain't even
Oh
fucking
Lord.
know about. Man,
Hey, I been listen, don't do it. If
don't fucking do it.
oh Lord.
Man, black people, I'm sorry, I just gotta say this. Some black people need to stop being so fucking ghetto all the goddamn time.
We do. We do.
Man, why the
We
fuck
do.
would you put a bill in your fucking 6-year-old name and not pay that
Exactly.
shit? You didn't ran your motherfucking name up, and now you gonna run their
Yep.
name up too?
Yep.
What the
And
fuck?
the next
And then
child,
you want them
the
to get the
next
fuck out
child.
at 18, and then gotta look at this
Exactly.
fucking $6,000 bill you done ran up, bitch.
Yep. Now they
Like,
get their
come
own
on.
apartment and they can't even get lights.
Can't even get lights, so now they gotta use somebody else's fucking name, and it's just it's a generational curse. It just keeps
Yep.
happening
Vicious
over and
cycle.
over, and it's a fucking fucked up cycle, and
Yeah.
it's crazy. But I'm sorry, like we are here today to talk about this shit. Like
Yeah.
black people, black people,
Stop it.
stop being ghetto as fuck. Like,
But you know what though? I one thing I learned too is I think the Spanish people like the Mexicans, Latinos, brown. I think they kind of go through the
they
same
do the
shit though
same
with that.
shit from what I
Cause
hear.
I've met a couple people. They be like, "Oh, my mama be doing this homes and black." I be like, "Damn, y'all sound black. Like
Hey, but
y'all go
honestly,
through that
white
shit
people
too."
go through that shit too. I mean, you
They
know,
do.
I hate to disregard other races, but you know, I'm
Mhm.
black, so I'm only speaking for black people. But
Right.
everybody go through some ghetto ass shit. Like
For
it be
real.
white. It's a lot of white people on food stamps.
A lot
Like
of here's you know
hella, it's a lot of
statistics
Arabic
about that.
people.
Hold on, babe. Hold on, listen. Let me stop you right there, pretty magnificent. whatever I'm going to call you throughout the duration of this damn podcast. Listen, it's majority of people on food stamps are white. Statistically,
Mhm.
the majority of people on food stamps are Caucasian people.
They
Let's just
are
keep it
because they
100.
smart.
Right, but out to exactly, but out to the media, out to the world, they're gonna tell you, oh, black people and
We the
you know
poor
they're gonna say
motherfuckers.
the niggas in the spicks, them the niggas that no, fuck that. Let's keep it 100. Majority of people who have food stamps are Caucasian.
Yep,
I
that's
don't
true.
see nothing wrong with food stamps. I fucking love food stamps. I
First
wish
of
I could.
all,
I saw somebody the other day on Facebook. They just got a $3,000 deposit on food. I said, "What the fuck am I doing wrong? Well, I only got
what?
$38 last month on my bridge card. I didn't get it. They got 3,000.
I need to check my goddamn bridge card. What the
You know how
fuck?
many? Do you know how many noodles I would buy with three
Shut
thousand
the fuck
dollars?
up, noodles. Nigga, I'm getting
Man,
lobster. I'm getting crab
fuck that.
legs.
Noodles so tall. All look, noodles so tall. All the bitches want to fall. I be
Noodles.
talking to girls like, bitch, what kind of hey
What
look,
kind of
I'd be like,
noodles you
bitch, what
like,
kind of noodles
bitch?
you like? Bitch, I got everything. I got shrimp,
I got
I got
hella
chicken, I
noodles.
got beef, I got creamy chicken,
I got the
I
creamy
got
chicken.
chipotle, I got teriyaki beef, bitch. Hey, look, I got so many noodles, bitch, you could mix them.
Go ahead. Go ahead and mix them noodles.
Just get you one of each. Get you one of
Man, you
each.
stupid, bro.
But for real though, man,
Dog.
like I'm telling you. But yeah, so but
But three
no,
thousand
seriously
dollars,
though,
shit.
yeah,
I need
that's
to
and
check my
here's
shit as soon as this shit over
yeah,
with.
for real. If listen, if you close to that, I'm asking you on camera, please let me borrow at least like 100.
Hey, I got
Just
you.
let me come get the card, and I promise I'm gonna
Hey,
bring it right back.
we breaking generational curses. For
Right.
sure.
So
I
that
got
means
you.
share your
Power to
food
the
stamps.
people.
Hey, power to the food stamps. Fuck the
Power to the
people.
listen, if the government is
Power to the
giving
government.
if the motherfucking government is giving out assistance or any type of help, you got to be a stupid ass dummy to not take that shit. Nigga,
You
it's
got to be a
COVID right
stupid
now. You
motherfucker
got
to
to
get
be a
fired on your
stupid
day off.
motherfucker. It's COVID. I want it all. Whatever you got to
Help,
give,
man.
I want that
Listen.
shit.
So
For
that's
sure.
another topic too. Like, why do you think a lot of black people like they have like a lot of pride to where it's like, oh, I don't want no help, and it's like, what do you mean you don't want? Like everybody needs help. Like
Because
I don't get it.
people feel because and that goes back to slavery,
Hmm.
crab in a barrel type shit. It's like if I'm doing good or I appear to be looking like I'm doing good, I'm better than you.
Right, right.
Crab in a barrel type shit. Like, no,
Okay.
I don't want no help because I don't need help. You know, back in slavery days, they needed help. Our people over time needed help. I don't need no
Hmm.
help because
Right.
I'm past that. I'm better than that. And
Hmm.
it's crab. I think it's crab in a barrel type of mentality, honestly.
Hmm.
And that's why
I get it.
family members kick other family members out at 18 because it's like shit. I had to get it how I live. You go get it how you live.
So you do it, yeah, yeah.
Our people don't believe in help, but some people,
Mm.
like myself, I love help. I don't
Me
give a
too.
fuck.
Hey, look, matter of fact, let's jump into something right now. Listen, anybody watching this podcast, if you want to send me something, some food stamps, some money, you want my cash app, any like listen,
You can write that shit on the banner. Both of our damn cash apps.
look,
Come on. Calling
bring
me
it,
now.
please. Look, call me now. Call
Please.
me, you silly. But look, if y'all got some extra food stamps you want to pass my way, look, let me tuck this while I'm saying this. Cause they gonna be like, what you got on that jewelry? Look, if y'all got some shit you want to send my way, send it.
Hey.
I'll gladly accept it. And I'll cook you something out of what you give me. Okay?
Cooking
All
ass.
right.
Hey, I'm gonna just
Well,
say this. My
okay.
Cash App is dollar sign
Ah!
pretty magnificent. The number one. If you want, hey, and it's Aries season. It's almost my birthday, so you can
Right.
shit. You can send me something. Shit, don't be cheap.
Hey, look, and my Cash App is $Mikey 686. MIKEY 686. One more time for the people in the back who
in
didn't hear
the
it.
in the back.
MIKEY 686. All right.
There
Send
we
that shit.
go. Come on, man. Support your people. Like, why
Man,
not?
you gotta support your
We
people.
bringing y'all content, and y'all know
Yeah.
y'all feel the same fucking way we feel because you know
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
motherfucking family kicked your dumb ass out at 18.
Yep, you
So
had to get out. And then you ended up right back when you was
right
23
back
and
at
make you
home,
feel all bad. Look, you moving this motherfucker. You gonna, it's
you
like,
gonna
damn,
pay
you gonna make
all
it
the bills and you gonna
right
clean up.
there. But your boyfriend in there laying down, eating all the snacks and
All
Lunchables
the
and shit.
baby's fucking fruit snacks. Like, bitch,
Man,
get your
man.
ass up.
Nigga in there with his feet crossed like this, twirling his toes and shit. You know how they be sitting there like that?
Nigga.
Man, watching Judge Judy and shit. Man, you
Man,
finna go
fuck.
to work.
Let me keep the car.
Let me. I'm fucking dead. Drop her off at work.
Jody. Okay,
Oh
Jody.
look. Man, for real, that's what they remind me of Jody too. I swear, dog. I swear.
Oh,
So look, another thing I want to talk about too is why do you think like when a child comes to a mother or a parent or something and they talk to the mom like and say like, this happened and this happened or whatever, and then that parent tells the whole fucking family, the aunties, the cut. Why do you think mothers do that stupid shit?
I
Black
think
mothers for I think black. Before you answer that, I'm gonna say this. I know for a fact black and Spanish mothers do that. You tell your mama something, and it's in confidence, like, hey mom, I'm telling you this. They go and tell auntie such and such and uncle
Auntie
this, and
Rhonda,
yeah, and it's like next thing you know, everybody know you went through this
your
bullshit. It's like,
fucking
ma, I
business.
told you. Like, why do you think
Why would
mothers do
you?
that?
Um, I think mothers do that because for one, if they don't really have a lot of shit going for them or have a lot of
Mm,
business of their own, it just feels comfortable to talk about, to have something to talk about. Honestly,
okay.
like I feel important because I got something to say about
Would
some
you say
shit going on.
boredom?
Boredom, it plays a part, I believe, because if you got a bunch of shit going on for yourself, you ain't got time to be thinking about what little Tom or little Paul just told you. And a lot of times I think parents like to embarrass their kids for some reason. Like,
Yes.
I don't
Yes,
know
they do.
why, but that's like a form of embarrassment for the person that told them the juice, the tea or whatever. But I don't know. I just think, speaking for Black people, I would have to say that just boredom, not having nothing important to talk about. Because think about it. If that said mother had a business going or had a podcast going or whatever, something of value, they wouldn't be sitting up here talking about nobody business for real because they'd be too busy. Like,
Cause they don't have time for that shit. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But I don't know. I think, and then a lot of times it's just something that's been passed down. Like it's like they feel like that's what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
you think
Like,
it's kind of like, remember Smokey's mama on Friday? She was like,
yeah.
yes it is, and he was like, why don't you get up and clean up or cook or do something?
Right. Right.
Yeah, like
That's how
yeah,
it be.
yeah,
Some Black mamas think that that's you not a real Black mama if you don't do that shit.
right.
It's just like a passed down paradigm. And
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, I don't know. But at the same time, I ain't gonna sit up here and act like, I mean, I gush about my babies a lot. I talk about good stuff, but I got a lot of pride. I'm not about to be telling my kids business if it's something bad or like
Fucked up. Yeah.
fucked up. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, no, like,
Right.
nah, bro. Like, my kids are great. Nigga, we wonderful.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm not about to tell no fucked up shit to you.
Right. It's like a
But
thin line of like not trying to be fake, like are we perfect, but at the same time, will stay. And here's the other thing, like those same parents will tell you what happened behind these motherfucking walls. Stay behind these walls. You don't tell the family what happened,
yeah,
but you did.
right.
You
Like,
told
why
you
you
told all of my business, but then when I go and say, Grandma, mama and daddy was fighting because daddy fucked the neighbor.
you talk too goddamn much.
Right, what happened in this house? You don't say, okay, but you did it.
But
So that's
I
another
learned that
topic.
from you.
So let's jump into that, like the hypocrisy and
Hypocrisy, yes.
yeah, or hypocrisy. So listen, everybody watching, I'm dyslexic.
Man,
I'm
what the fuck
retarded.
does dyslexic mean?
I We're gonna figure it out, but I feel like I am. I don't know what dyslexic mean, but I am that.
That's when you like write words backwards or some shit.
Then fuck all that. I'm
Ah!
retarded. I'm high functional.
You a high functional retard. Dog. Hell no.
I'm crazy as a son, bitch. I'm crazy as a road legend. I'm telling you. But no, like,
Yeah.
why do you think a lot of parents like they'll try to like force shit on you or teach shit on you that they don't follow themselves?
Because I feel like they feel they supposed to do that shit because they the parent. They
Mm-hmm.
supposed to instill what they feel is morally correct for you.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't even practice the shit. And I'm one of them type of parents. I'll tell my kids, like, well, I'm not perfect. I don't know all the answers, but I feel like this is the best way for you to do this. Like, I talk to
Mm-hmm.
my kids, like, not about everything yet because they're still young, but I feel like a lot of parents do that shit because it's morally correct. Let me
Yep,
tell
you're
you
right.
what you supposed to do. I ain't gotta do that shit because I'm old as shit now. But you need to do it. Like,
Right, right,
you
right,
need to
right.
practice what you preach.
It's like it's like a mama, right, with a cigarette in her mouth, saying, "Bitch, what you doing smoking cigarettes in my house? You
Because
smoking
I learned it from
cigarettes,
you.
right?" It's like you can't smoke weed or be a gangster or whatever, and then tell your sons you bet
Not to do
not be
it.
the same shit. You were that. You
Right.
sold drugs. You
Right.
robbed niggas. You smoke weed. You got drunk every day. So then now you finna tell me I'm wrong because I rob niggas and I sell drugs and I get you doing the same. How do you have a joint in your hand saying you better quit that fucking smoking weed? Like you
Like,
smoke weed.
what? And they really believe that. They
They
really believe
do.
like you man, don't do that shit. Like,
Right, right.
do
Yeah.
you not hear yourself? I don't know. I
Or
guess
it's
common
like
sense goes
if
out the
you
window.
fat it's like if you fat shame your child, right? You like you need to lose some weight and you all you do is eat. It's like, but mom and dad,
All you do is
you a
cook. What the
thousand
fuck?
you no, you 1,000 pounds yourself.
Right. It's crazy.
Like I got a cousin right now, right? Who like he like work out everything. He a trainer. He all he fucking do is work out and eat healthy. Sometimes it makes me sick. Like nigga, like eat something wrong. Like eat a piece of cheese just for me, so I could just know this nigga like
Toxic.
full.
Say no.
He look, I'm toxic on that. I'm look. I swear this nigga like super plant based. Like everything about him is just super healthy, right?
That's
And so
dope.
his kids the same way. Like you gonna come out here and work out in this gym.
Mm-hmm.
You not finna eat no chicken nuggets from McDonald's. Like
Mm-mm.
we finna eat. We finna go home. I'm finna cook. So on and so forth. So it's like in that situation, I could understand him telling his child, "Hey, you gaining too much weight."
Yeah,
But if you 1,000 pounds, don't talk shit about me for being 800 pounds. You a
exactly.
thousand. What
Exactly.
what kind of example did you set for me to where I shouldn't be in the position I'm in?
Right. I feel like a lot of parents don't practice healthy habits to teach to the kids and allow them to see them doing it. Like I'm not perfect by a long shot, but I like to work out, I'm trying to
Right.
keep that healthy lifestyle going. So a lot of times like before I went back to the gym, I would work out at home. And my
Mm-hmm.
kids, they were like, "Mommy, are you working out today? Can we work out with you?" Like, they'd be in the way and shit. But I would let them work out with me and like do certain stuff.
Right.
And like I got a whole bunch of healthy shit. Like healthy products is my thing. I got like vitamin drinks and all types of shit. And they be like, excuse me, we didn't take our vitamins today. Like, I feel that kids really watch what you doing. So
Of
if you
course.
want them to fucking listen, you need to be the prime example. That's what I think.
You gotta lead by example. Like you could talk
Exactly.
all day long. Like, but people, one thing I learned from, especially with dealing with music, is like people never really listen to words. They listen to results or actions.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could say all day long, like I want to blah blah. No, like what are your actions?
What are you putting
Like,
out there?
right? It's like, okay, you telling me you need to eat healthy, but then you went shopping at the grocery store and you came home with 40 bags, right? 30 of those bags contain
High
uh
fructose corn
30
syrup.
corn syrup, uh uh cheese, bologna, the
No.
worst kind of bread, Kool-Aid, noodles, all these different
No.
things,
Oh,
right?
that's horrible.
Listen, all this shit that's extremely unhealthy,
Yep.
and you telling me to eat healthy and not be a little fat kid, then
Right.
provide the situation for me where I can't be
A
unhealthy.
fat kid. Yep. That's
That
another
simple.
thing. Oh, and another toxic trait. Speaking of food, another toxic trait that I feel in our community with family members and stuff and parents is a lot of people don't. We in the age of information, okay?
Uh-huh.
You got information at your fingertips.
Right.
You can educate yourself on what's good to eat, what's not good to eat, what produces healthy cells. So you're not
Uh-huh.
filling body with a bunch of bullshit and then giving your kids
Hmm.
that at the same time. But I honestly feel like a lot of toxic traits in the black community, they don't want to research it.
Sure don't. Well,
Don't want to
they say
research
if you don't want
nothing.
a black person to know something, put it in a
Put
book.
it in a
That's
book.
that's that's a fucked up saying, but it's
That
true.
comes from slavery too, because they didn't
Yeah,
want
because
our
we
people to
not.
read. So
Yep.
after a while, and that's why a lot of people ain't gonna like this, but I agree with what Kanye said that day on TMZ, where he
What
said
did he say?
slavery, and not in these exact words, but slavery been for 400 years. At this
Mhm.
point, we choosing to continue to be slaves.
So
Period.
wait a minute. So let's go to that because I never really looked into that. I guess I kind of listened what everybody else was saying. So he didn't say slavery was a choice. He said today's slavery was a choice.
He's basically saying if you add up from the time slavery started in America with black, colored people, up until that time where he was speaking, it's past 400 years. So at this
Mhm.
point, slavery is a fucking choice. Period.
Oh, okay. I didn't see. I thought he said something different. So I agree with that. You
I agree with
absolutely
what he
fucking
said.
right. Right
We are
now we're
choosing to
being
be
yes.
slaves. We are choosing to be mentally enslaved First of all, by continuing to believe that we supposed to be toxic, we supposed to
Yep.
not read, we're supposed to beat our kids all the fucking time, we supposed to get them fucked up food because we got food, hella food stamps, and I'm gonna get every fucking thing in the fucking store because it's
Right.
convenient, and I don't feel like cooking tonight, so I'm gonna throw this hot little TV dinner in here. And I mean, it's
That
just we choosing to be fucking mental
bingo.
slaves.
Right there, what you just said.
Shout out to
A lot
Kanye.
of a lot of us know for real for being a billionaire too, like 6.6 billion.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
so a lot of hold on. I so real quick though before I get into that because I'm not gonna forget. So I put some fruit in my glass with some liquor in my little chaser, and I just bit one of the pieces of fruit and all that. Oh my
Ah, that
god.
shit hit. That shit hit different.
Ooh wee.
It's
I'm
different.
feeling frisk. I'm feeling
Hey.
frisky, man.
Ah.
Ooh, I'm almost finna rub my nipples.
Dog. Hey, but
So look,
this is the morally not correct show. So if you feel like you need to
exactly.
rub a nipple, rub a fucking nipple. Rub both of them.
At the same, you
Dog.
gotta cross your arms and go.
This is the rubbing nipple podcast.
Man, rub a
You tuned it
nipple.
in. You tuned
That's
it in
my
right now.
nipple. It's my nipple, and I can
D-
rub it when I want to.
DJ rubber nipple.
Man, you silly. So look, no, like I think that's another thing too. Like with a lot of us as parents, like a lot of parents is like, I don't feel like cooking, right? So when I go grocery shopping, I have I'm gonna buy, like the little White Castle, frozen White Castle burgers.
Yeah,
Them bitches so good. Oh my god.
they do
I
slap
think
from time to
I
time.
think after this podcast, just for
About to go
tonight,
get
I'm gonna
some.
go more than likely. So look, like the little frozen little White Castle burgers or the little frozen pizzas, the pizza rolls, the TV dinners, and all this shit is so fucking unhealthy, but it's convenient.
Convenient.
And I feel like this
I'm a
shit is set
testament.
up because here's how I go, right? They lock the husband up, right? Let's dig deep into this shit. Let's stop playing right now. Let's be honest.
For
They
real.
lock the black they lock the black man up, right?
Yep.
So now mama, this black woman is stuck with,
All the
three, four,
kids.
5 kids, right? And she gotta work, right?
Yep.
So she
40
come
hours a week.
home, it's like she working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. She come home, she don't fucking feel like sauteing no vegetables and
No.
brown rice and baked fish. No.
No.
Nigga, take your ass in there in
I'm gonna
that
throw these
freezer,
chicken nuggets, these Tyson
throw
chicken
these
nuggets
chicken nuggets in the oven or
in the
cut some
oven.
grease on real quick, fry them chicken nuggets and cook a big ass bowl of white rice
Yep.
and some motherfucking white bread and some hot sauce and ranch and take y'all ass in there and watch TV and let that TV raise y'all and so on and so forth. This shit is strategically
Set up.
put in place to
Absolutely.
fuck us up. That's why right now, I swear to God, think about this. You could go into a success like a rich neighborhood like West Bloomfield or Odell Drive or whatever the fuck whatever state you in, you can go to a successful place. You don't see a bunch of McDonald's and Arby's, and you could probably drive for 3 miles and not see
And
one
you not
fast
gonna
food
see it.
restaurant.
Or liquor
But
stores.
or no liquor store. What you will see is like 4 Whole Foods.
Yep.
You're gonna see like a plant. Like you're gonna see a difference in what but you ride through our communities in the hoods, you're
Liquor
gonna see
store.
two
Every fucking
McDonald's,
corner.
8 liquor stores, 4 Checkers,
Yep.
a Save a Lot, which is not a Save a Lot. Save a Lot is the most expensive fucking grocery store on the planet.
The most expensive non-name brand shit you can find.
That
Like
shit's so horrible. Oh my
horrible.
god. I've
But
never
yeah,
bought nothing from Save a Lot that was like good product. Like
yeah,
never. But it's like, super expensive. And I think all that shit is placed for us to
absolutely.
fail.
And that takes it back to slavery, because just
Mm-hmm.
because the Emancipation Proclamation happened and they quote
Mm-hmm.
unquote released the slaves, shit was put into place to continue to keep us enslaved, and
Mm-hmm.
that being a part of it.
Right.
The community, the thugs in the community back in the 80s, it
Mm-hmm.
all that shit plays a part in an agenda to fuck our
Mm-hmm.
community over.
That's true.
Period. Like, I mean, we can go deeper into it, but at the end of the day, that's why I think a lot of this shit is connected, because it was put in place. The
Mm-hmm.
food, the air, the water,
Mm-hmm.
KKK, the police, all that shit.
All of that.
We were
Yeah.
set up to fail. Period. And a lot of black families don't realize that shit, so they don't even think about it. And if you don't think about it, then
Right.
you continue to pass down generational curses.
Personal curses. Yep. Yep.
Period.
You definitely do. Yeah. So what do you think about as a woman, right? How do you separate from like your screen is frozen. Are you moving on yours?
Now
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm on my Wi-Fi. Can you see me now?
You like completely frozen on my end.
Mm. Should I leave and come back?
Let's try that. We
All
gonna
right.
take a break right quick, y'all. She gonna leave and come back. So leave and come back and let's see if I could pull you back in. Hold on, y'all. I'm waiting on my co-host to come back. Hold on 1 second.
And I'm back.
Are you
Can you
here?
hear me? Yeah, I'm here. Can you see me and
All
hear
right,
me?
you back. All right, yeah, I
And
can
I'm
hear. All right,
back.
yep. Now you moving. You beautiful.
I was
Everything.
stuck. Thank you.
You
Thank you.
your hair is popping.
Okay.
Look, you gotta do you gotta do that.
Yes.
So, what was I saying? I think I was talking about the food. What was I
You were
talking
talking
about?
about
The
the
food?
food. We were talking about the different foods. That everything basically is an agenda. They didn't put in place
Right,
a lot of
right,
shit. The black man getting locked up, the woman being on assistance, having to
right,
work all these different hours, having to put the children
right.
in daycare because they have to work. So now you got other people
Yep.
raising your kids. And there's
Oh
nothing
Lord.
wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. I've had
Mm,
to put my kids in daycare before. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do.
mm.
But it was set up like that. The black family,
Oh,
it's a what do you call it? It's a war against the black
yeah.
family.
For sure. Yeah, I mean,
Because
we can try to discredit it all we want, but it's the truth.
it's the truth. If we
It's a
stuck
war against
together
us.
as a community, and if black families were the dominant part of society, we wouldn't be where we at today.
And
So
the crazy part is everybody else, and I have to say this, and I know I'm finna ruffle some feathers. I know
that's
people
what
gonna be
this show
mad.
is for. Ruffle them bitches.
Listen, every other race on the face of this earth wants to be black.
We are the dominant race.
Think about it. So look, all of the girls, because naturally the thick women are the black and the Latino, the black and
Yeah,
brown. Because the Spanish girls, let's keep it honest, they born thick as fuck, and the
a lot
black
of them.
women are
Yeah,
born thick as fuck, right?
yeah.
So it's like white women. Like when I went to high school, the white girls were built like teenage boys. Now,
Yeah.
white girls be thicker than the sisters. You be like,
Yeah.
where the fuck Becky get that ass from? Like, how did that happen?
Doctor
Like,
surgeon.
Dr. Miami out
And
there in
I'm okay
Orlando.
with it. I'm
That's
okay with
another topic because I hate it.
I'm okay.
Uh,
You never
but what
knew.
I never knew. So, but I feel like everybody wants to be black except for black people.
Everybody want to be a nigga, but everybody don't want to be a nigga.
Bingo.
In the
Like you don't
words of
want to
Paul
be.
Mooney.
Yep, you don't want to be a nigga when it's time to get
When it's
pulled
time
over,
to, yeah.
or
But you
speak
know
out, or
what?
speak up about injustice or police
Let me ask you
brutality.
this. Right.
Hmm.
They don't want us, they want to look like us. They want to live within our culture and do the popular shit, but they don't really want to do nothing that's going to benefit what they
Okay.
stealing from. But let me ask you this. Like,
Uh,
as far as our culture and, who we are, why do you think is so much going on against us in the Black community? Why do you think people want to be us so bad? Why do you think, my opinion on that, which is in the history books, if you really want to go there, we are the dominant race. Every single race has come from us. The very
right.
first documented person was, and I hate to say Black, but I'm gonna just use that because that's
Right.
what
Right.
we
Right.
call ourselves now. But it was a African person, a Black person.
Right. Did
So
you
at the
did you see that? Did you see that frozen person they found? They said the body was like million years old or something like that, and it was an actual woman. It was a black woman. They
Oh, I heard
said she
about
was
that.
like Ethiopian and then she had dreads.
Yep,
Did you see
yep.
that shit? Like she was
I think
like
I
a
saw
million
something
her.
on Facebook about it. I didn't
Yeah,
look really
yeah.
look deep into it, but
It was the
yeah,
oldest body that was found, even
E-
older than the Egyptian like
yeah,
people, the
yeah,
tombs. Like
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's many philosophers, even white philosophers, that have accounted for the Black race being the dominant race. We have the dominant gene. We can create a
Right.
white person. You can have two Black people and have a white looking baby. Like,
The albinos.
yeah,
Which by the way, I've never seen an albino after high school. I think after the 12th grade, they all pass away.
nigga,
I've ne-
shut up.
I have never seen a grown albino. Think about it. Look at you, your face. Look at your face. Look at yourself. Tell
I
me when you seen a
mean, no,
you
no,
ever
no,
seen a
no.
30-year-old albino?
I had a older teacher
Fuck that.
at
Them
Central
motherfuckers,
High School. I went to Central High
they
School.
they die when they 20 years old.
My teacher was
They don't
albino.
die, they disappear into the
He
wind.
was he was a Islamic albino.
Get the fuck out. Oh, what?
He wore the hat, the kufi. Was it
The
kufi?
Kufi?
He was Islamic or a Muslim albino.
Albino.
Yeah, I think it was funny as shit.
A funny albino Muslim.
Yes.
Man, I need to take a drink. I can't deal with this.
So serious.
But yeah, like that's nuts. I wish I could meet that motherfucker. I'll roast the shit out of his ass.
Man, I'm gonna try to remember
Just
his
for
name.
existing. But yeah, like uh what the hell was we just talking about?
Albinos.
No, before the albino shit, that shit threw me off because I be scared of them people. I ain't gonna
Why
lie.
are you scared of
Be,
albinos?
I don't know. It's not right. It's not normal.
I don't
I
know,
don't want to say that on here. Somebody gonna report this page. Cause somebody
man.
on my friends has got an albino daughter and she's so beautiful. It's just
Aw.
I don't know. I'm scared of midgets.
I was just about to ask you about midgets. Man, what the fuck is with Geminis being scared of midgets?
I I don't know. I feel like because they gonna grab me by my knee and bite me or some shit like this. Like, hey, get your ass from over here. Like, I don't know, man. I'm fucking scared of midgets,
No,
man.
we ain't supposed to call them midgets no more. We supposed to
What is
call
they
them little
called?
people. Little people.
Fuck that, little bastards. Fuck no little people. That motherfucker a midget. Little midget motherfucker. I'm scared of them motherfuckers, dog,
God
because
damn.
and all midgets got big ass booties. Like I remember my cousin was
They
saying he'd
do.
hit a midget. I
And
would
big
never
ass
have sex.
hands. Can
Man,
you
little
imagine a
sausage
midget
hands.
jumping up and slapping the shit out of you?
Man, I be they if they had chased me, I'll run all day. I will run from
Man,
a
shut the
fucking
fuck up.
midget.
I choke the fuck out of little person.
Man, I kick his ass.
Like, choke your.
Cause it remind me of Chucky. I feel like I should get a.
Oh,
I feel like if a midget
oh,
run up on me, I should get a
yeah.
shotgun and blow his ass up on the wall like boom, and his body jump like a
You flat
doll.
back
Like
like.
then I go over there and kick the shit out of it. They gonna ban us.
Fuck the police.
Man, fuck
Fuck
midgets,
Facebook.
man. Say
Fuck.
no, don't say fuck midgets. I'm sorry. Don't fuck. I like midgets. I seen a badass midget girl though before in my. I
I
ain't
seen a
gonna lie.
midget stripper.
Get a male
Nah, a female.
of get the fuck. Her ass was big as hell,
Her
wasn't it?
ass was huge, and she was
Man,
she
that's
was twerking
nuts.
that motherfucker for
Man, her little
reals.
arms was on her knees and she was twerking. Bless
Yeah,
her little heart.
she was getting that guap.
She tried. Bless her little heart, little bastard.
So you wouldn't fuck
But
a
yeah,
midget?
no, negative. I'm scared of them. I'm scared of midgets. I ain't gonna lie. Little motherfuckers scare me. Cause I feel like
Damn,
they supposed
you
to go.
probably scared him.
Ah! No, I feel like they run at you and go. Ah! You go. Hey, 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 my man. Get hey, hey,
Hey, my
your
man,
ass from over here.
get your little ass away from me.
Ah! You
Dog, fuck this shit. I gotta
fucking
pee.
hate me. You got. Are you finna take a bathroom break? Go ahead and take a
I'll be
bathroom
back.
break. I'm finna. All right, you be back. So
Hold
look,
it.
you go ahead.
Wait.
I'm gonna hold it down. I'm gonna
POP,
hold it
hold it
down
down.
while you go. Yeah, put your shit on mute though, cause we don't want to hear that shit.
What, what you
Cause
say?
we could put your shit on mute, cause we can still hear you.
Oh, well, I'm leaving the room, but POP,
Okay.
hold it down.
No, just put mute. Oh, there you go. All right. So while she gone using the restroom, the laboratory, cause after she get back, I gotta go pee too. But now all jokes aside though, man, like us as black people, like we really gotta do better, man. Like because when you just look around, right, and you say to yourself, like, just with the women, every woman wants to be thick, like right, with a big booty and lips and all this stuff. So it's like to the black and the brown women, like everybody on this planet is literally trying to look like you. Even like the Kardashians. Let's just keep it real. Like the Kardashians, they getting all this work on themselves because they trying to look like a black or brown woman. You know what I'm saying? Like they trying to be thick. They trying to have big lips. They trying to, have a certain kind of build with big ass legs and shit. It's like they trying to. So why would you, in return, turn around and go get straight hair or a perm in your head or something like that? Like because you trying to look like the people who trying to look like you. Like that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it just don't it does not make sense. Hey, can you turn it off, bro? Can you turn it off? Okay. Yeah. My bad, y'all. But yeah, so like why would you like why would you try to look like the very people who trying to look like you? It don't even make sense, you know? And just like the whole thing like with us is about the things that we do like with our finances. Like another thing I want to say to the black families is hold on, she back. Unmute your mic.
And I'm back.
Did you did you wash your hands?
Of course.
Okay, I just making sure.
I
Because
mean,
when I
who
see you,
doesn't
I
wash
don't
their
want.
hands?
I know some people who do not wash their hands.
It's some white people that don't wash their hands. I'm gonna just say, I done been in a back
I
restroom, public
I know
restroom,
some
and I
Nick.
done
I
seen
know,
people take a shit and walk right out the fucking bathroom. And I wanted to go grab their fucking hair, like, get your ass back in there and wash your damn hands.
man. I actually got a free meal like that before, but I know some black people too. I know some people who don't wash their hands. But look, real quick though, I was I was at the macaroni grill, right? And I was in the bathroom, and the chef came in there. He had like the white jacket on and all that shit, and he used the bathroom, and he didn't wash his hands. And so I came out and I told the manager. I said, "Can I speak to a manager?" They said, "Yeah." Manager came in. I said, "What color jacket do the chef wear?" And he said, "A white one." I said, "Yeah." He just shit it and didn't wash his hands. And he was like, "Oh no, bye bye." I said, "Hey, my man's look, if you don't want me to write a review, I need And then we end up eating for free for like $120 for free. So if that made me a fucked up person, I accept it. But I'm always looking for some kind of discount. And so let's jump into. So that's the next topic, right? Ooh, look, you like that segue on the truth? Pop my collar. Ah.
Stupid.
So look, the next segue is this. Why do you think black people always want a discount from black people but not other people? Like before you answer that, let me be clear on what I'm saying. When a black person opens a business, whether it's restaurant, clothing store, online products or whatever, why do you think black people come and say, "Oh, I know you finna give me a discount," but then they go to McDonald's and don't ask for shit. They pay the full price. They go to Gucci, pay the full price.
Yep.
They go to Amazon, they pay the full price. They don't look for no sales, nothing. They pay the full price, but when it's black on black purchasing, why do you think we always look for a discount from each other instead of helping each other? What's your take on that?
Um, I think a few different things. Um, I feel like on one end, certain black people probably look like, all right, we here, so look out for me. I think some people think like that. On the other hand, I feel like some people feel like just because we black, they or we family or whatever, you shouldn't charge me that much. A sense of entitlement. I think a
Oh,
lot of
so
black
so
people.
what you saying is cause like okay, we black and I'm you black and I'm black. You know I'm struggling. I know you struggling. So let's look out for each other.
In a sense, some people think like that, but I also feel like if a person is looking for a discount from a family member or whatever, they feel a sense of entitlement because of that bloodline or because they related or because they best friends. You supposed to look out for me because I'm supporting you. So look out for me. Like, that shit whack. Cause you would go to Gucci and pay the whole fucking full price because you feel you supposed to because you don't know the person. But because I know you, you supposed to look out for the fuck was that? You
Yeah, I know
supposed to
that
look out
was.
for
I
me.
don't know what that was. That was loud as hell. But yeah, so like I get it. It's like, but how do I reach Gucci's pockets
They
or
don't care about that.
Fendi or man, if you
And that's
don't
crab
help
in a
me
barrel
get there?
shit too. It's crab in a
It
barrel
is.
shit too. Because I don't want you to go further than me. So I'm not about to pay full price for your shit because you ain't
Right.
nobody.
Right.
You think you better than everybody? No, I'm not about to pay. That's crab in a barrel mentality.
Right. Right.
That's what
But
I
why
think.
do you think we think like that though?
Slavery. Everything we talk
Slavery.
about can go back, for me, goes back to slavery day.
So you think if this was designed for us to be like this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But what makes it better is when people wake up to that realization. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we have to change the paradigm. We have to change
Mm-hmm.
generational curses within the toxic black families or different toxic black family traits.
Mm,
it was designed for us to be like this after a
mm,
certain point in time. So once you the beauty of information and opening your mind is being able to realize that and break the cycle.
mm,
What I'm actually, as far as last year with the lockdowns and everything, I feel like a huge awakening happened for a lot of people. Are you asleep?
no, I'm not hell no, I'm not scared. I'm
Oh,
listening. I'm
I
listening.
think a huge
I'm listening.
awakening happened with a
Mm,
lot of our people just consciously.
mm,
Um, I do before I will say I didn't think I had hope for our people, but
mm,
now I do. I feel like
mm,
there's a huge awakening that has happened, and a lot of people are
mm,
waking up to what's really going on and paying attention instead of just eating all the fucking fast food, watching all the
mm.
reality TV shows, thinking about all the entertainment shit. You had to sit your ass down for a minute. So now you got to open a book, or you got to read some shit, or you got to look into some shit. A lot of
Mm.
people took advantage of that, and a lot of people did. But I do feel that
Like
that's
Dick
like,
Gregory, you know who Dick Gregory is,
fuck
right?
yeah, fuck yeah.
So Dick
Rest in
Gregory said
peace.
this. Yeah, rest in peace, to Dick Gregory. He said it's over with. So ain't no hope for us.
I think it's hope for some.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to play the other side. I feel like, and I hate to throw this out there, but it's like I feel like it's really not because we so fucked up. We so far gone. Like I just like
That Willie
how
Lynch
do
shit
you?
is real.
But how do you reach the masses? Like how many? Like think about how many black people just they think so ignorantly. Like I'm gonna give you an example.
Institutionalized.
I'm gonna tell you something like about fashion, right? You could take. I saw this picture the other day with Quavo from
The
Migos,
Migos,
the
yeah.
Amigos. I saw Quavo on a picture with a bunch of jewelry and shit on next to Bill Gates. Bill Gates had on a Walmart outfit. Quavo had on a shitload of jewelry and the whole nine. Said Quavo worth 30 million, Bill Gates worth 30 billion.
Yeah.
Look at the difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know some black people right fucking now. If you came around them in some Rockaware pants or
They a clown
FUBU
your ass.
or Fila or Walmart brand, they will fucking clown the shit out of you,
Clown you.
right? But it's like, why? Are we that fucked up as a people to say like, if I don't have a 300, think about this. I'm gonna buy a $300 pair of pants, a $200 t-shirt, and a $400 pair of Yeezys, and I don't have a trust fund. I don't
Don't
have
even know
life
what a trust
insurance.
is.
I don't have $100,000 in my bank account. I don't have a house. I don't have a car. I don't have properties. I don't have a timeshare. I don't have a passport. I don't have a 750 credit score. I don't have none of these things in place, but I got a $400 pair of pants and some Yeezys on. You're a
Yeah.
fucking idiot,
An idiot.
is what you are.
Absolutely.
You are a fucking retard. You are an idiot and you are a retard. And I'm
You
here to say
dumb.
this, you stupid.
You
Because
stupid.
I would rather have on some Walmart pants with a brand new whip, a 200,000 or a $2 million crib. Like I would rather wake up and look at my money inside of my house than to look down and see my money on my feet.
On my pants or my feet. And that's what Kanye was talking about.
So why do we
Slavery is
clown
a
each other?
choice.
But I'm saying no, why do we clown each other for not having on the latest fashion when whoever's saying the fashion is in place is white people who don't even fucking like you? These
Exactly.
same white people, they don't want you to wear they shit.
They don't.
Why you wearing it? They don't even
Because
want you to wear it.
black people feel, again, a sense of entitlement or a sense of pride when they're doing better than the next black person. And they feel like
Right.
you're doing better if you got the labels, if you look like money,
Mm.
because a lot of our ancestors struggled.
Mm.
Just to be honest, they struggled. And, you know, they want to look, it's the crab in the barrel shit. You want to look
Yeah.
better than the next person. And so they
Yep.
sit up here and they fucking want to buy all this shit because I want to look apart.
Yep.
I want to
Yep.
look a certain way, even if I'm not
Yep.
that way. And a lot of it is insecurity, I think.
Yep. But it's like when you rather have money than to look like money.
Hell yeah. I don't talk about like how a lot of people be on social media and they talk about what they got or they talk about they stimulus or all this. I'm not talking to you niggas about nothing I got. Ever.
Right. Yeah. For real.
Ever.
Yep.
I utilize social media for entertainment purposes only. I'm not
Period.
posting my
Yep.
family. I'm not posting my kids. I'm not posting about my money. You're not gonna know shit about my finances. Fuck that.
Right.
Like that's
Yep.
stupid.
For real. No, I agree. I agree. 100%. Well, listen, you take over the next topic. I'm finna put my mic on mute because I have to go pee. I need a bathroom break.
Bathroom break.
So you take over. You do
For
what you
sure.
want to do. I'll be right back. Okay.
All right.
Uh,
Yes, y'all. So this is the morally correct podcast, and it's really not being morally correct. And that's what I really love about it because we're going to touch on different subjects and different topics pertaining to things that we all think about. Shit that you may think about, I think about. And we've been indoctrinated over the last couple decades to not speak our minds. One thing about me, I'm a free thinker. I'm a what do you call it? I'm a free spirited person. So this show was like Mikey to Connect. He has saw a couple of my podcasts and approached me to do this show. And I feel really honored to do it because we don't have our voices no more. It seems like they're trying to rob us of our Second Amendment rights. And I don't know, we might get banned for this shit because niggas is banning the fuck out of people nowadays. But this show is for us to have a voice about different topics and different things that we feel. Because for some odd fucking reason, they don't want us to have our own thoughts and our own opinions anymore. And this show is not catering to nobody. We're not catering to nobody. We're not about to sit up here and not speak our minds. This show is about free speech. It's about being who you are. It's about supporting your people, but at the same time, basically supporting yourself and your opinions. So that's what this show is about. That's why we got is morally correct, but we got the big old circle shit through it because fuck that. Fuck being morally correct all the time. We are human and we're not about to be controlled. And on that note, I have a t-shirt and hoodie line. It's called shit, what is it called? But anyway, what I state on my hoodies and my t-shirts is don't build fear, build immunity. And that's another form of free speech because we've been censored so much and we've been taught to think a certain way, especially about the things that are happening in the world right now that has been taking place for almost a year now. And nobody talks about building our immunity. Nobody talks about being healthier. Nobody talks about what is really important. People want to talk about who's dying and dying from what and this and that and the other, but nobody's talking about building immunity. So anyway, you can check me out on Pretty Magnificent One on Instagram and click the link in the bio. You can check out my t-shirts, my hoodies. But just to dial it in, this show is about free speech. I'm an advocate for free speech. So is Mikey to Connect. And I'm great being a part of this project because I'm all for free speech. So there you have it.
Yo, I'm
Cheers.
back.
What up?
Can you hear
I
me?
was just telling the people. Yeah, I can hear you. I was just telling the people that you approached me about this project,
Uh-huh.
because you had seen my podcast and you wanted to start basically like a movement for free speech. That's what this
Right.
show is about. It's like a
Free
movement for
speech.
our
Yep.
free speech. They trying to rob us of our Second Amendment rights.
Yep.
And we
Yep.
are still human. We are still individuals who have a mind. Now, it's a
Exactly.
lot of brain dead motherfuckers in the world, but fuck that. We still have a mind. We still have opinions, and this show is about stating your opinions and
Yes.
and being able to involve your free speech unapologetically. Shit.
Yeah, because it's like it's nothing worse in this world than being like a young black man or young black woman and feeling like you can't say what you feel,
Yeah.
especially like to your parents or your uncles or your aunts. It's like no, I feel this way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna give you an example. I'm not gonna say the person because unless they say you could save me, but I have a person that's kind of close to me right in my area, and they say they suffer from anxiety, right? Like where it's like I don't feel comfortable around people, I don't feel comfortable in these situations, right? And it's like if you tell your black uncle that or your black dad, or, what the fuck you mean you ain't black?
Yeah.
Hey, my man, I'm telling you how I feel.
Right. Feelings
Like,
matter. I
am I
have them.
wrong? Am I wrong because I don't fucking feel comfortable around people,
Right.
right? So when I have a child, right, when I have kids, I will never tell my child they crazy for how they feel. You're
No.
a fucking human. Like
And
God made
life
us
is
all so
scary.
unique. Yeah, life
Life
is
is hard and
fucking
life is
scary.
scary. You
It's
need
so
to have
fucking
a
scary,
shoulder
man.
to cry on. You need that
And
love and support.
if you can't crown your parent's shoulder,
Who
that
can
shit will
who shoulder
fuck
can you
you
cry?
up.
Yeah.
Exactly. What
And
you gonna end up hurting your girl or your man. You'll end up hurting your colleagues and so on and so forth because like I can't even cry to my dad. So how the fuck am I supposed to be
crying to you.
sensitive? How am I supposed to be sensitive to what you going through? I can't
Exactly.
even cry. I can't even cry to my dad. I
Exactly.
can't even. I can't. As a little girl, I can't even tell my mama, "Hey, mom, I like this guy, and I feel this, and this is that," and she not saying, "Oh, you little hoe, you little." No, mom, I'm talking to you. I did the same shit you did. You liked the
Right.
guy before,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
If you're a little black girl and you can't even talk to your own fucking mother, it's gonna fuck you up.
Yep.
It's gonna
And
fuck you up as a
and that's
person.
gonna be a generational curse that will trickle down to that person's daughter, and then the next, her
Person's
daughter,
daughter.
and then her daughter, and it's just an ongoing fucking cycle. I honestly feel like black people in a whole need to take a fucking seat and really look at ourselves and what the fuck can we do to be better. What the
Right.
fuck can we do to be better, especially if you have kids, especially being
Yeah.
a part of a family? What can we do to be better?
Yeah. And that's the thing, that's the conversation that we have to have about so that's a good segue to what you just did because we're at the hour and a half mark, right? Then I want to get into a few questions and stuff like that after this because I don't want to go over like two and a half. So now that good segue is like we talked about the problem, which has to that shit has to
We
be
have to
fucking
talk about the
discussed.
problem. Yeah.
Ha- Now, what's the solution?
I feel self help is one of the solutions.
Okay.
I feel like people need to realize it's okay to not be perfect because we're not.
It's
And
okay to not be okay.
it's okay to not be okay. Don't
Hmm.
judge people who are not okay and
Hmm.
seek self help. It's
Hmm.
nothing fucking wrong with bettering yourself.
Right.
Cat Williams just popped in my head. It's called
Uh-huh.
self esteem. It's
Man.
esteeming your motherfucking self, bitch. Like, it's nothing wrong with building your own self esteem. Like,
Hmm.
And that's gonna make you a better individual. And then listen. We need to listen more.
Mm-hmm.
We need to talk more and we need to listen more at the same damn time. A lot of people
You know the
bottle up their
saying is,
fucking feelings.
you know the saying is, listen to understand and not listen to respond.
Yeah.
Cause a
Yeah.
lot of times when you talk to your parents and you like, hey mom or dad, I feel like they be listening to build their response and say, I done fed you and I done this and I done that and
Basically,
motherfucker,
fuck
you
all
ain't,
that. I done
you
did
had
this,
all the
this,
joy.
this.
But hey, like, listen, I appreciate the Jordans you bought me. I appreciate all that shit. I appreciate you scrambling eggs. I appreciate all, but hey, listen, at the end of the day, this is how I feel, mom or dad or both.
Yep.
This is how I fucking feel. Like, don't tell me I'm wrong for feeling like this.
Yep.
Like
Um.
you may have a child, right? You may have a child who's a gangster. You may have a child who's a fucking nerd. You may
Yep.
have a child who's a fighter, and then you may have a bitch ass child, like a child who like I don't want to fight. Like stop it. The
Bitch
thing
ass child.
is, for real, at the end of the day, what you can't do is make one feel better or worse than the other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that child don't like to fight, but that one do,
You're
right?
right.
That child, and you may be a fighter. Let's say you
Right.
got two kids, right? You got two kids.
Right.
One of you yourself is a gangster, right? You a female who done been to jail for pistols and all kinds of like you a thug girl, right? And you have two daughters. One of your daughters is a straight up punk. Oh my God, don't they? And your other daughter, like, nah, I beat them hoes ass, ma. Right?
You're right.
Don't make the other daughter feel less because
Because
she
they
not
different.
living like you and the other daughter who may be secretly your favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
And
can't do that shit. You can't
to
do that because that child gonna grow up and be fucked up themselves. They
fucked
gonna
up.
hate you. They gonna secretly hate you. I'm telling you, they gonna secretly hate you as a
Mm-hmm.
parent. They're
Yeah.
gonna be fucked up mentally. Then when they finally do break out of that shell, they gonna be a fucking demon. Cause I seen a lot of kids, right, who grew up like soft, right? And then to finally you just bag them into a corner and it is like raw, and it's like now they shoot
They
niggas and
become police
robbing.
officers and start
Oh
fucking over
man.
people.
Yep.
I'm just
a
saying.
hundred percent right.
Well, like what you were saying, what are the solutions? Another thing I believe is would be a tell all solution is
Mhm.
communicating more.
Oh Lord.
Communicating.
But that go to
Why?
listening. That go to a
Right, right.
parent listening, like
Communicating,
shutting up.
yeah. And just
Hey,
taking
I
in
got
and
it wrong.
receiving the information and
Yes.
apologizing more. A lot of parents
Oh
don't
Lord.
apologize for the shit
Let's
that they
let's
have
take a
done.
listen. Let's take a toast to parents learning how to fucking apologize because you don't fucking know
No,
everything and it's okay.
everything.
You don't know everything. You
You
gonna
don't.
get it wrong, but apologize for your bullshit and stop saying that you right just because you the fucking mama or
Parent.
daddy.
Cheers.
Toast. All right.
Shit. I'm learning that
And
day
I'm
to
about
day.
high to
Like
the
I don't have all
motherfucker.
the fucking answers.
You don't. You'll
Ah.
never have all the answers.
Well, that's what's gonna happen on this show. We gonna
Yeah.
kick the shit. We gonna get fucked up, and
Hell yeah.
it just is what it is. Tune in,
Matter
bitch,
of
every
fact,
Sunday from 6 to 8.
in the middle of this podcast, I need some rapper weed. Let me get a little bit of rapper weed in this podcast.
So what?
Some rapper weed. That's what that shit
Rapper
called.
weed,
Yeah, these new niggas, the rappers, they smoke hold on, in the
certain weed.
podcast. Yeah, they smoke certain kind of shit. So,
Ah,
but we have to, like,
hit that shit, cuz.
hey, hit that shit, nigga. What? For real, we got to.
Mhm. Yeah, but shit,
Woo! I'm
communicating
ready to talk
and
some shit now. Thank you.
yeah, communicating and listening
Ah,
is very fucking important for our people. We were we
have to.
were we were pushed into solitude and being confined to silence for so long,
Right. For so
over
long. Yeah.
decades. So a lot of us don't know our own voices,
They
to be
don't.
quite
Yep.
honest. And sometimes when they feel like they found a voice, I feel like they abuse it.
Yeah.
So, instead of, the solution is would be to find your voice, get
Mhm.
self-help if you need it,
Right.
communicate more, and it's
Well,
okay to be wrong.
yes. Let's talk about before we go to like I really want to touch on this because I think this is something I'm passionate about because I used to own a restaurant. So when I lost my restaurant 3 years ago, and I was just like searching like what can I do, I became a life coach. And one of the things that I started to notice was like man, mental health is the thing that's so ignored in the black community. That's why I love
It
Charlemagne the
is.
God.
Okay.
Off the Breakfast Club, Charlemagne the God, he speak about mental health.
Yeah.
Listen, black people, listen to me. Listen, stop running from getting a fucking therapist. If you need a goddamn therapist or a psychiatrist, go fucking talk to somebody. Stop letting niggas tell you that you a hoe ass nigga or you soft. What fuck that. Go get some help. You need
Go
some
get some
help,
fucking
get
help.
it. You
Go
need
get some
because
motherfucking help.
I was watching Oprah,
Nigga,
right?
you crazy.
Look, Oprah
Like,
worth like what? 8-9 billion, right?
yeah.
Every nigga watching this shit want to be worth 8 billion, right? So Oprah said she got 5 life coaches. Five.
That's a good
She
idea.
said she said she got a mindset life coach, a nutritionist life coach, a workout life coach, a women's life coach, and something else, right? So I look to myself and say this. I'm not finna listen to Keisha, who got 8 kids waiting on her taxes every month, every year, right? I'm
Right.
not finna listen because she's not successful.
Right.
But Oprah, who rich as dog shit, I
Right.
think I'm gonna listen to her because she
Yeah. She
knows she
she
got the
know
blueprint,
she knows
right?
something.
All these successful people, they got life coaches, they have therapists, they talk to people, but it's for some reason in the black community, it's like, what the fuck you mean you sad? Nigga, I'm human.
I have a brain. I
I
have
have a fucking
feelings.
brain, I have
I have
emotions. I'm
emotions.
sad. Today I
Help
woke
me.
up and listen, today I woke up and I don't want to be around people.
Yeah.
People make me
It
nervous.
happens.
It happens.
It
I'm
happens
fucking
so
human.
much
Stop telling me because I'm a nigga and I'm in the hood that
that
it's
I
like,
can't be human.
man, suck my dick, nigga. I'm listen, ban this shit right now if y'all want to. I don't care. Listen, I'm
Well, don't
human.
ban it.
No, they some
I'm joking.
people gonna report our shit because we
They
hitting
will.
some topics that they don't want to
I'm
hear.
gonna say this
You
right
know what I'm
now,
saying?
nigga. Fuck you. If because we ain't said nothing wrong.
That ain't
Fuck
that
you
right,
if you
right.
ban this shit.
But I'm asking though, why do especially us black men? Let me say this. This is a question to the black men. Why do we preach to our sons that you're not allowed to have emotions? Like, why?
Because I think they think it's soft to have
How does that
emotions.
make you soft? Because listen, let me tell you why that don't make you soft. I ain't disagreeing with you. I'm just saying like
Right, right, right. I
my
know.
my uncle Boo Boo, right? My uncle Brian Gray, rest in peace to him, right? He used to fight while he was crying at the same time. Like so, the emotion in him was crying because, but he was knocking niggas out like,
That's how I get
like
when if a tear drop,
it's a
better watch
rap, right?
out.
That's a fucking, but that's an emotion.
Yeah,
You're crying. You're emotional, right? You're
yeah,
emotional
yeah.
right now. So what, like for me, when I do music, right? I could be riding in the car and I could be listening to a song I made that maybe nobody else has heard, like some deep shit, right? And I'm listening to that song and I'm riding in the car and I'm like reciting the words and I'm fucking crying tears because I'm like, nigga, this shit hard as fuck.
I feel this shit. to my core.
Like when I saw Big Sean, and when he did his first show at the Kobo, because if you from Detroit and you're an artist, you know to do a show at the fucking Kobo, that's like, oh my
Top
God, like I
notch.
made it.
Like,
Right.
yo,
He stopped the whole shit and cried on stage. Like
that's
tears, like,
real.
"Ooh," like
That's
I
real.
felt that shit because it's like with me, like as an artist or a manager now, like my brother, Fat Leak, right? If if we open up at the Joe Louis Arena, right here, and he cry, I'ma fucking feel so proud of him because it's like him as an artist, he's saying, I fucking finally got here.
Finally.
All the blood, sweat, and tears, and my parents telling me I can't do it, and my teachers telling me I ain't shit, and I'm here. I'm proving everybody wrong, nigga. Let them
Everybody
emotions
wrong.
out. Let
Let
that
that
shit out.
shit
Cry.
out. It's nothing
Let that
wrong
shit
with
out, my
that.
nigga. Then once you done crying, say DJ, run that shit back,
Run
nigga.
that
What?
shit
No.
back,
Hey,
nigga.
man, look, cry. Like let that shit out because it's
Man,
it's normal. It's you're human.
we
Like
human.
like why do you think God gave us tears if we're not supposed to use them?
So to use them.
If we weren't supposed to use them, you wouldn't have them.
Yep. I guess people
That's why
think they
two.
only supposed to cry when they're a baby or some shit. I don't
Fuck
know.
that. That's why two. That's why two of the same sexes can't have a baby because it's not right. Right.
It's not
That's
natural.
another podcast, right? That's not. We're gonna get into that. Which, by the way, the next one is gonna be the LBGTQ community. That's the next podcast next Sunday. So make sure y'all stay tuned. But
Mm-hmm.
just to touch on one thing right there, the reason that is some people could say it's not right is because a woman and a woman or a man and a man can't have a baby, right? So it's not natural. It's like oil and water,
Right.
right? So, with telling me that God gave me tears or emotions or sadness or any of that shit, and you telling me not to use what God gave me, are you
Exactly.
fucking serious?
Exactly. And furthermore, when you going through shit and you release those emotions,
Mm,
you cry, you get that tension out, you feel better.
uh,
So it is not healthy, in my opinion, at all to hold that shit in because you're gonna
mm,
fuck around and it's like a cup. The fucking cup gonna get filled, and before you know it, you spazzing the fuck out on everybody from some shit that happened
spazzing
a
out.
month ago. So
Yep,
you have to self help and self care is so fucking important, and mental health is important. I
it is.
fuck that. To the day I'm gone, I'm gonna advocate for mental health. You
Yep,
have to be able, even if you talk to your fucking self, get that shit out. Let that
get
shit
that shit
out.
out.
And I'm a
Cry.
firm
Yeah.
believer in energy. If you sitting
Yep.
up here harboring fucked up energy all the time, especially taking in other people's energy, you are gonna be a basket case. Like you need to let
Man,
that shit out some way.
I'd have been called
Whether you
that
write,
basket case shit. Oh Lord.
whether you just talk about it, get a therapist, fucking take kickboxing, whatever. You got to
Yep.
understand that energy is everything, your voice means everything, and use
Yep.
that shit. Help
Yeah.
yourself so you can be
Yep.
helpful to somebody else.
Exactly. And before I want to say one more thing, I'm gonna touch on one more subject, and now I think we should get into some questions, like answer some of these questions that people saying and just ask people. But one thing, my dad, I'm gonna give a shout out to my dad, Big Mike. He used to always preach this. Let me get the saying right. It's self. What is it? Self
Preservation.
preservation. Yeah, self preservation. And he would say something after that. I can't really remember. Hey, Big Mike, if you watching this, like type out what I'm trying to say. But he would always say, take care of yourself first. Here's why. And I used to be like, man, my daddy's selfish, or he no, it's like he used to preach to me, son, if I'm not happy, right, as a dad, I'm not happy. How can I be a good husband? How can I be a good father? I'm not happy.
Right.
I fucking hate my own situation. So
Right.
you think I'm finna come and smile and be nice to you? Like, I'm pissed off with my own self, right?
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
that that's why like therapy or meditation or whatever you have to do,
Yes.
take care of you. Hey, listen, black man, black woman who watching this shit, take care of yourself. My brown people, everybody, listen, take care of you.
Take
Eat
care
right.
of you.
Listen, eat healthy, drink healthy, exercise, all that. You get happy so that you can be the best father or mother, the best businessman or woman, like the best anything. Take care of you. Make sure you feel good because the better you feel, the better people around you gonna feel.
Gonna feel. And that's that energy shit. And why would you not want to be the best you?
Yeah, you
Why
gotta be
would
the
you not
best you. Yeah, you
be
gotta
the
be the
best
best
you?
you.
That's a t-shirt concept. Be the best you.
Woo!
Woo!
Don't tell nobody our secrets. Look, if I see anybody out there with the "Be the Best You"
We
T-shirt,
coming for
if I
you.
see no fuck that, they gonna be walking. I'm gonna grab them by the. I'm just gonna rip that motherfucker off their back. I'm gonna take my knife. Look, I'm gonna flip my knife out and then cut that motherfucker down the back and rip it off their back and tell
Okay.
them STL. So look, all right. So look, here's what we're gonna do on every show. We wanna let y'all know, like, we gonna talk our shit, right? And
Always.
then we're gonna do like a question and answer type situation. So person, but it gotta be on a topic. So today's topic is the black family. Like, why are we so toxic? Not even just black, anybody, you white,
Toxic
Mexican,
traits in
any like
families.
toxic
Period.
traits in families. Ask us a question, right? And we're gonna read the comments and then we're gonna answer to the best of our abilities. So that's
For
what we're going to
sure.
do for the next 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30. I don't know for how long it is. We here all night.
We here.
We
We in
ask
this
us a question.
bitch.
We in this bitch. Ask us a question because I'm going to scroll through a couple more. Let me see. I said, sorry to my child, but give me one. I hate that. Look, you know the little cliche thing when black people be on live, they especially y'all girls, leave y'all hair alone. They be fucking with their hair. They do like this. They go, look what they say. And they read the comments.
Wait,
It's
wait,
like,
wait. What they do? What they do?
man,
What they
they,
do? Shut the fuck
and then they
up.
look, then they turn the camera and
Listen.
the girl, she be twerking. She be like, why every time y'all see a
They be
camera,
like,
y'all twerk? Cut that shit out. Look, there you go. Look, they drop down like,
you gotta swing in the air, look back at it. Yeah.
but hold on, I'm finna read these comments.
That's what's up. We got a lot of comments. I can't see them shits.
Okay, so look, I know, I'm sorry, I know you can't see it. So this one person said, I've said sorry to my child before, and she's 4. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I love that. I
That's
love
breaking
that. Yes.
generational curses.
So her
Man,
name is Bree. Her name is Bree Duka. Brii Duka.
power to
I
you, black.
love
Is she black?
pop. I don't fucking know because I can't
Well,
really see that
power
good.
to you as a mother. I think that's starting a wave of breaking generational curses. We gotta give
Yep.
applause to her. We gotta give applause to her. For sure. You doing the damn thing, mom.
Yeah. Right. If you wrong, you wrong.
You
Like
wrong.
just say you wrong.
That's what's up.
Okay, the next one is my son's 4 and he have one.
Read the
Okay,
question
so
out
that don't
loud.
matter. No, I'm gonna read it because it kind of don't even go
Okay.
to what we're doing. Like you
Okay.
just had to monitor your child. I was taught our number one job as parents is to love them no matter what and even if. I
Yeah.
don't get that. So that don't have
Even
nothing
if
to do.
whatever I would think what they're saying is even if I don't know why gay or straight popped in my mind.
Yeah,
Maybe you can
that's
elaborate
yeah,
in the comments. And we can follow
yeah,
up. I don't know.
yeah.
Um
Okay, so okay, Big Mike Gray, which is my pops. He said most
Shout out to
black people, yeah, pops. He said most black people are scared to tell people due to hurting their feelings.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing comment.
Yes.
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 A lot of people
Absolutely.
we so fucking scared to hurt each other's
Sugarcoat.
feelings.
Yep.
Stop it. Like
Sometimes
listen.
shit needs to be said. And that's
Yes.
another reason for this fucking
Yes.
podcast.
Yes. Listen.
Sometimes shit needs to be said. So your feelings might get hurt, but it might, 9 times out of 10, it's going to help you.
I'm gonna tell you some shit I hate to hear. Oh, you know that's just how grandma or
Such and
uncle
such
such such
talk.
is.
No, you're an
Fuck
asshole.
that.
You're an
No,
asshole.
tell listen, let's tell granddaddy the truth. Granddaddy, you a fucking asshole, man. I don't
Granddad,
like you because you talk
grandma,
to me crazy or
auntie,
grandma.
uncle, whoever, you crazy and you an asshole and you hurt my fucking feelings.
Period. Let's tell
Shit.
these motherfuckers the truth. Like you listen, just cause you grandma,
Truth is another solution.
oh my God.
Truth. Telling the
Yeah.
truth.
And that's why what he just said, Big Mike Gray said, but most black people are scared to tell people due to hurting their feelings. Fuck that. Tell that motherfucker the truth. Hey, my mans, you fucked up.
Hey, my man, you a whole goofy.
For real. Like I ain't feeling what you doing. Like every time you come around, you fucking shit up or your
Or you
energy. Like
negative
right
all the fucking time.
I'm gonna keep it
Bitch.
real. I just want to be honest. Like right now, I'm not gonna say the person, but I have a cousin on one of my sides. It might be my dad, might be my mom. I'm not gonna say, but I have a cousin. Right, every time this motherfucker come around, every fucking time, it don't give a fuck if it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, or whatever. He always bringing us some shit from 8 years ago and 10 years ago. Hey, my man, let's figure this shit out. Let's talk about it, and then let's move
And
on
move
from this.
on. Oh my
Every fucking
God.
time we
Oh
talk
my
like this with you,
God. People don't know how to fucking let shit go, but it's
that shit
because
don't
they
even
don't
make
know how to
sense.
heal. A lot of our people don't know how to heal.
They don't know how to
It
heal.
takes
Yep, that's true.
communication.
Yep.
What other
Hey,
question?
what? Keep talking. Hold on, keep talking while I'm doing this. D, can you do me a favor in the middle of my podcast? I need you for a second. It's a beer up there. Can you please go get it, please? Thanks,
This a
bro.
real ass
It might be
podcast, y'all.
this the realest spot. It might be in the freezer. No, that's hot. That shit gonna taste like piss.
We
It might
fucking
be in the
pour
refrigerator
drinks
or the freezer.
and we drink beer on this fucking podcast,
Yeah,
okay?
this the
And we go
realest
to the bathroom.
podcast you gonna see. Yeah, I piss, I drink, all that shit. Cause I want y'all to feel like y'all talking to Cutting Pete.
Like
Remember
we
Cutting Pete?
couldn't Pete. Like we
Cutting
chilling.
Pete.
We at the barbecue right now, y'all. Shit.
Yeah, and then the next one says, my dad also said, you guys have not seen nothing yet. Environment, hold on, let me see. Uh, D- yep, that's it. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. My little cousin D, he one that got me. I now put the
That's
label
a
on here because
frozen
they ain't
boy.
pay us.
That's a
No, it's
frozen boy.
show is frozen, but that motherfucker gonna be good when
That
they
motherfucker
thaw.
gonna be right.
Okay. Do you think so? Okay, Jacoby Williams said, "Do you think you should cry in front of your kids?" I'm gonna let you answer that first.
um, honestly, now that I think about it, I think we should. But to be completely honest, I have not. For some reason, like my kids pick up on when I'm not feeling right, and I don't really want, whenever I'm going through something, I don't want them to take on that pain that I'm feeling. So I have a tendency to like go into another room or like go into the bathroom and cry. Or if I hear they coming in the room, I hurry up and wipe my eyes and shit. Um, that's a really good question. I mean, I probably should work on that. Because if they know I'm human and I'm going through stuff, but I kind of want them to always look at me as strong. But that could possibly be a toxic trait to not ever cry in front of your kids. So I
But
don't know.
do you think you putting this false fucking image out here like everything is always perfect?
I could possibly be doing that. And
Like think about it. Like if you like no what you saying I agree with because I agree I understand what you're saying. But
yeah,
I want to play the other side where it's like if you operate like that, like, oh mommy's always perfect. I'm always happy. You put and then here's what happened. When they grow up and they see life, which is
yeah,
fucked up and it's hard and it's expensive, and they become sad, you putting out this false thing about life, like, oh, life is just hunky dory and this
nah. But
no.
you know what I
Hey,
explain to my kids when I'm having a rough time? I'll be like, I'm a little irritated right now.
mm,
Mommy needs a quiet moment. I need
mm.
y'all to go do this or do that. But
So
it's
get the fuck out of
something
my room.
right. It's something with
Right.
me about crying though. Like I don't really cry in front of a lot of people. And I don't
Mm.
that maybe that's just my personal, mishaps I need to work on. But I don't know, like I don't really cry in front of my kids. I guess because I want them to know that I'm strong. But
But do you think you're not? But then at the same time, do you think you're not being honest?
yeah, yeah. Now that I
Cause
think
you
about it.
gonna
Yeah.
cry. Like
Right.
tears happen.
But
You're gonna fucking cry.
another
Uh,
thing, if I start crying, they might start crying, and I don't want them to feel
then let's cry
bad.
together. Let's
Right.
taste that salty ass shit that run in your mouth together. Like let's sit here and go, and then get that shit over
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
And then after that, you say, listen, mommy was crying because
Yep.
daddy is ain't shit and or bills behind. Like,
Yeah.
here's another thing I liked about my parents. My parents never hid shit from me.
Yeah. That's good.
No, when I say nothing, my parents never hid shit from me. Like I
Yeah.
used to, because I get how the statute of limitations is, right? So let me
Yeah.
say this. Years ago, when I used to see my daddy cook crack, right?
Okay.
Like that nigga was like, "Hey son, come here," and it was like he was, "Hey, look, don't get on this, because if you get on this, you're gonna act like uncle or cousin or such and such, right?" And my mama would be like, "This happening," and so they never hid nothing from me. So I seen certain shit that I needed to see,
Yeah.
you
That's
know,
one thing I
and
admire about
so
my dad because
mm,
like we would be driving down Finkel and shit. And
uh,
he'd show me the prostitutes and the crackheads. He'd be like, "You see him right there? I used to go to school with him, and now look at him.
damn,
Like
oh
this, what
shit,
happens
uh,
if you do drugs or if you let
right,
yourself go, or he was a
yep.
person who would explain shit to us and show us examples. You
And I
know,
think that's amazing. You gotta do that. That's what my
yes,
parents would do. They'd be like, "Look, you don't want to be like cousin such and
yep.
such, because you see that motherfucker over there sucking dick for crack,
See,
and you don't want to be sucking no dick for no crack."
sucking no
Now,
dick for no
now it's
crack.
like, you damn right, daddy. I don't want to suck no dick for no crack.
You better not. You better not. You gonna be down through there.
Ah! All right, let's. So hold on. We got another question.
All right, for
Is
sure.
there is there a proper time to discipline your kid, or can you whoop them in the grocery store? Okay, let me go first on this one because you
Okay.
went first on last.
All
Hey, I'm finna beat the shit out of a kid tribe.
right.
Man, fuck them niggas up in the grocery store. Look, when I used to be in the grocery store with my grandma, I would be talking shit and acting. Next thing I know, it's like a whole house shoe just fucked the back of my head up. I done fell all on the Twinkies and shit. I done
Nigga, not
fucked
the
the
Twinkie.
Twinkies up.
Not the
Man,
Twinkie.
look, I come from a fucking nigga up tribe. Man, fuck them kids up, dog.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. I come from the
Okay.
whoop a kid tribe because I got my mom. Listen, my mom kicked me down a hill before.
Nigga. Did you
I
tumbleweed? You rolled
listen.
down that bitch?
I was at Heritage Park in Taylor, and my auntie told me to do something, and I didn't do it. Next thing I know, my mama Goro from Mortal Kombat, she front kicked me like the nigga on like on Dave
Like on
Chappelle
Dave Chappelle?
when he kicked him
Darknesses?
and he look
Motherfucking darkness. Dog.
my mama front kicked me and I fell down the hill and I rolled, and then she
You
beat the shit out of
tumbleweed
me.
down that shit.
Look, and then she said, "You fucked up them new pants out this boy," and she whooped me again. And I said, "Mom, but you kicked me down the hill to fuck up the pants that you whooping me for." But it made me a better person.
Okay. I think you're a
Being
well-rounded individual.
getting the shit beat
You're a
out of me. Like,
well-rounded individual.
I think my dad whooped me twice. My mom used to whoop me twice a day.
Beat your
She
ass.
just she just wake up and just kick me. Like
Just
I'll
beat
be in
your
there
ass.
sleep. Like, I'll be in there sleeping. I just pow, wake up like what the, and all I see was some
That's
big ass
mama.
calves. Mama used to beat the shit. I'm agree. Look, beat your kids. That's my opinion. Beat them in the grocery store and Family Dollar at home because it establishes a level of fear. Like, don't fuck you. You know that
Okay.
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I brought you in this world.
And I can take your
I
bitch ass out.
nigga fuck them. Hey, when I had kids, I'm beating the fuck out of them. I'm fucking you up. Look, don't look to any of you little motherfuckers that's energy, right? Don't be born out of my nutsack because I'm gonna fuck you up.
Nigga.
I'm gonna beat your ass. You
Ass.
nigga, what? I done bought you some Jordans and shit, and you ain't finna. I called you
Nigga, I just
twice.
spent the $150 boy.
Hey, my man's. Your bitch
Listen,
ass here watch, and I'm
I
calling you
actually
for the
agree with
remote
you.
and all that shit. Okay.
I do that. I actually agree with you. And
Uh-huh.
on the flip side of things, in public, because motherfuckers ain't trying to practice free speech no more,
Uh-huh. Which
niggas
is
be
gay.
trying to take your niggas will try to take your kids away because
That's true. You
we
can't even
live
whoop them in public no
right.
more.
So it's kind of like you have to you be do it when you get home, I think. Because in first of all, if you doing what you're supposed to do at home, they should be okay in public. I think. Mine
Man,
are.
that's the
But
worst whooping. Let me cut you off.
nigga, when
That's
we
the
get
worst whooping
home,
in the world. Cause now it's premeditated murder. Like it's you telling your child, like, look,
nine
in
times out of ten,
45
you forget.
minutes,
Like you don't even do it when you get home. But CPS
I'll
niggas is watching. People is watching you heavily. But here's the kick. Here's the different side to that. When you public, you under the law, a certain law. When you become
ain't that a
private,
bitch.
you can do what the fuck you want to do.
What
But
you wanna
that's
do.
another conversation.
But look, think about this though. You tell a child, and you look at you acting up at 5:30 in this grocery store. When we get home, I'm fucking you up. And
You
it's
probably
like
won't.
six. It's like 6:23, and your mom like the groceries put up. Get the belt. You like, wait, I thought you forgot.
I thought you felt different now.
Shit up.
You don't
My
feel
grandma
different?
Pat. Let me tell you some real shit. Then we're gonna move to the next question. My grandma Pat, my mother's mother. We broke me and my cousin Tori. We broke my granddaddy's. He had a Lincoln. We broke his window, right? And then we
How
was
the
playing
fuck y'all do that?
baseball.
Oh, okay.
We was playing baseball in the backyard, and I hit the ball too hard, and it broke his window. And he came home from work. He said, "I'm tired." He said, "I ain't whoop y'all ass because it's Wednesday." So we like, okay, this is up.
I'm gonna wait
He
till
said, "I'm about."
Friday.
Look, he said, "I'm off Saturday." So we like, man, by Saturday come, we ain't finna. Hey, him and my grandma woke up Saturday morning and called say, "Mikey, Tori, huh? Get the belt."
Damn.
Wait, y'all ain't forgot? Hell no, nigga. That's they put that whooping in the bank, nigga. They deposited that
Damn.
dog and beat the shit out of us that Saturday
Damn.
morning.
I bet you ain't broke no more windows on
Hell
no
no. I,
Lincolns.
I closed the door. I was like, bitch. I was like screaming. I hated her. Man, for that shit. Fuck you doing
That's
whooping me 4 days later. You supposed to
because
let that go.
you broke the window on the Lincoln. Is
No,
you
she held a
crazy?
grudge, and I'm not into holding grudges. Next question.
Next question.
All right, so look, next question. Should the parent okay, hold on. Should a parent hide that they smoke weed or drink or other stuff in front of their child?
No.
I don't think so either.
Nah,
No.
nah. My I feel like if you gonna do it, shit, explain it.
Yeah, this what
Just
mommy or daddy
communicate.
do.
Hey, this is what
I
I do.
smoke weed to not fuck you up.
Yep. Or not fuck people up and not go to jail.
Right.
I don't. I don't think.
And
I don't think
mommy
you should
have a
lie about
drink
that.
because I don't like your daddy.
Kids ain't stupid. Kids
Right.
not
They ain't
stupid.
stupid. Be
They know what you
honest.
doing. They
Yeah.
watching. My kids be
And then
watching like a motherfucker.
and then what you try to do is you try to say like, okay, mommy or daddy is doing this because of this. I don't want you to do this, but if you do, I understand.
You know what my dad used to say?
Hmm.
My dad was a hella chiefer. Like my dad
Hmm.
smoked, smokety,
Oh,
smoke
he
some
smoked.
damn weed,
Right.
some weed like for
That's how
sure.
my dad is. He was pothead.
Man, my dad was like, shit. He would pass us the blunt. Like, I don't want you to be out. If you want to smoke, come to me.
Smoke here. Yep.
Smoke.
Smoke
I don't
here
want you
instead
to
of
be
smoking
out
on the
there,
yeah.
doing this. If you need some weed, like literally, I used to call my dad, like, Dad, can I get some weed? He'd
Right.
come with pre-rolled joints and shit. He'd give me like
Yep.
5 pre-rolled joints. Like that was the type of parent my dad was. He was open, like, you
I'd
know,
rather you smoke with me than to smoke
I'd
out
rather you
there.
smoke with me than
Cause
smoke
I
anywhere
know
else.
what I'm putting in your shit. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
You don't
Yeah,
know what nobody else
exactly.
put in there. So I feel like shit, you should be open,
Yeah, with
honestly.
that, so moving because we got like a bunch of comments. So with that one, should a parent hide that they smoke or drink or other stuff in front of their kid? No.
No.
Be
Tell
honest.
them.
Do
Tell
what you
them. Be
do.
honest.
Yeah. All right. The next question is, what is the proper age to speak on sex? Let me start with this one.
I don't
I
know
ooh
it.
we look your face. I say speak on sex immediately.
Oh
As soon
God.
as they, this is my opinion, right? As soon as they comprehend what sex is, right? Like, so like 12, 13. Because listen, you're not finna
You
sit
take
here and
this one
tell me
away.
that
I'm a
you
be
got
right
a
back.
TT. Okay. All right. So put your mic on mute. All right. So my thing is this for me, you can't sit here and tell me that this 13-year-old girl ain't horny or this little 12-year-old boy ain't waking up and all of a sudden got a hard on. So for us to sit here and say that, like we can't, oh, this is the cliche conversation, or no, that little motherfucker getting hard and he got some hair on his balls. Talk to that man about some sex. Like, talk, hey, put on a condom or you're gonna have some kids that you probably not gonna like. Um, you can get a disease because the hot girl summer has fucked up everything. Like, talk to your kids about sex as early as possible because they need to know, they need to be educated. Don't let them go out here and be blind. Like, you don't want them to be blind. So I think that's like the worst thing in the world. So when I have kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'ma tell that little motherfucker, hey, ain't finna be no hot girl summer around this bitch. You finna, hey, sit your little hot ass there. But I know she probably wants some pee pee. So I'm gonna talk to her about it. Or if I have a son, I'm gonna tell him like, son, look, wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a baby mama that you're gonna end up hating and she put you on child support. You can't get no food stamps. Like, oh, it's too much shit that come behind like that situation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, fuck that. Talk to them little motherfuckers about that shit. All right, let's see the next question. Oh, Jacoby Williams, he turned up. He asking all kind of questions. Your childhood must have been bad because you asking a lot of shit. Is it okay to buy kids jewelry, or is that the wrong thing to put in their head? Okay. um, I'm gonna answer that question in two parts. All right. Here's how I feel about that. I think I think what black parents do, like they have a kid, right? And like they first birthday, they spend like $2,000 on the first birthday party, and this little motherfucker grow up and don't even remember none of that shit. And the party end up turning into our party anyway. Like, it's supposed to be the kid's birthday party, and then now all of a sudden it's like the grown-ups party because you beat the shit out of the kids and give them a little Benadryl. I believe in that. Give your child some Benadryl, make them go to sleep so we can party on your birthday, whatever. Um, I don't think you should buy a child some jewelry that's like when they lose it, you hurt. So like if you rich, like you got Jay-Z money, then fuck it. I would buy my child a Rolex if I had Jay-Z money because I'm a billionaire, right? But if I'm living on the east side of Detroit or in Compton or in New Orleans or wherever the fuck I'm living at, I'm not finna buy my child this expensive jewelry and I know they gonna fucking lose it. And then when they lose it, I'm gonna beat the shit out of them for losing
Hell
it
yeah. Say
when I
no.
shouldn't even have fucking bought the shit in the first place.
What we talking about?
The question was, is it okay to buy kids
Damn,
jewelry
where's
or
my
is that the
water?
wrong thing to put into their head? And I was just saying, like, don't buy your kids jewelry
My daughter
if
lose
you
every pair of earrings.
right. So buy if you
I left my
buying some
water.
shit,
Hold on.
buying some fake shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna buy your kids some shit, like buying some fake shit that if they lose, it's not hurting you. You know what I'm saying? You're not fucked up about it. No, it is what it is. But that's my opinion on that. I'm gonna move past this. All right, we got Malik Gray. He said, is it okay to teach your children how to use firearms? I'm gonna wait till she click back in on this because I want her to answer this.
What'd you say?
Okay, next question is Malik Gray said, is it okay to teach your children how to use firearms? I want you to go
Yes.
on this one.
Yes. I believe so. Um now, for the people that know me, I'm not too fluent with guns. I have shot them before. Shout out to my dad. But I need to take a fucking course in firearms myself. But I absolutely believe you should teach your children to shoot firearms. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a form of protection. Like
Mm-hmm.
we out here dealing with a whole bunch of shit, especially in your community. And when you really look into it, like you see a bunch of white families and the family picture, they all got guns and shit, shotguns, everything. I feel like with proper training, they should know how to use them. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to agree with you. I say as soon as your child, boy, and especially girl, let me make this clear. I say boy and especially a girl, as soon as they're able to strength wise, if they can hold the kickback, teach your children how to use a firearm. And
Absolutely.
here's also what comes with that. Teach them to stay out of trouble, keep their record clean, and as soon as they
Yep.
can file for a CCW, become legal,
Yep.
open carry, keep your shit legal, and a nigga run up on you, a nigga or whoever the fuck legally laid that motherfucker to
You gonna
sleep.
get this lead, nigga.
Man, I'm 100% for that. Like legally lay his ass to sleep
The fuck out.
because period. Because it's a reason. Like that motherfucker probably shouldn't even be here in the first. If he doing that kind of shit, right? Like say somebody trying to rob you as a woman or rob your daughter, he shouldn't be on this earth anyway. You could have went and got a job at
No.
McDonald's, but you
And
trying to rob some woman. So I feel he to kill his bitch ass.
no. I don't like being a
Legally
victim. I don't
though.
like the idea of being a victim.
Hmm.
I don't like the idea of being a victim. And I have
Me
all
either.
daughters.
Yeah.
I am not about to have my daughters out here feeling like a victim. So
Yeah.
I absolutely gunplay all day.
Man, if I had a daughter and
Cheers.
she was about yeah, hey look, cheers to gunplay.
Cheers to
Cheers. Boom.
gunplay. Fucking
Shoot that motherfucker.
shoot that motherfucker.
If I have a daughter, when she like 11 or 12, I want to start boxing,
Yep.
shooting, all
Yep.
that shit. Fuck these
Yep.
other hoes up, baby. I want her to know when you at
Yep.
school, fuck these little
You
bitches
are not
up.
a victim. ever.
Little bitch ain't finna take your crayons and you finna pull her hair and all that shit and fuck that little
Bitch
bitch
took
up.
your
Like,
crayon.
man, ew, boy,
Man,
man.
dog. Hey, so I've
Hey,
never been to jail before, right?
uh,
So I honestly feel like the day I may go is probably gonna be because of another kid fucking with my kid. I'm a fucking
oh
kid
man,
up. They fuck with my kid,
you sound like my mama and my grandma now. My
damn.
grandma
I didn't
pulled a
skip jail all these years, but I'm fucking
my
you up.
my dad was fighting this dude and he kicked my dad in the nuts. And my grandma pulled a gun on him and said, that ain't fair. And so she let my daddy breathe. And when he caught his breath from being kicked in the nuts, she said, okay, y'all ready to fight? But that's some real shit, though. No. Hey, mamas don't be playing that shit. Your daddy
No,
be like, man, you be all right.
no,
Mama be like, you
not
fighting
playing it
unfair, you
at all.
scratching.
Not gonna happen.
Mamas don't play that shit. All right, let's move on to the next one because we
All
almost
right,
at the
come
two
on,
and a
come on
half.
with it.
All
Come
right.
on with it.
What is the proper age to teach how to use a motor vehicle? Okay, this is Jacoby Williams again. Jacoby has a lot of questions.
I
I'm
don't know the
feeling a
answer
little
to that. My
concerned.
oldest is 7.
Wait, hold on. Let me tell you this. I'm feeling concerned. I'm feeling like maybe his parents didn't. Okay, listen. Anyway, so uh no, I'm just playing, Jacoby. Y'all see, I'm just playing. I know him. I know him personally. I don't want to keep asking the
What
questions.
up,
I like this shit.
Jacoby?
That's my
Shit.
boy. Yeah, I don't like his hair, but I like him. So he said, "What's the
We
proper
not
age to
morally correct.
need to teach a child how to use a motor vehicle?" So my dad's friend Clarence, black ugly nigga. He look like man, like Sam Cassell. I don't know if he's still alive. If he is, I hope he is. But if he not, top 10 ugliest people I've ever seen in my life. The face only a step uncle could love.
A step
Fucked up.
uncle.
He was facially challenged. So one day, my daddy let me go with Clarence, and we went up one of his girls' house, and he was drinking a lot of Hennessy and shit. And we got in the car, and he said you got two choices. I said, "What, Uncle Clarence?" He said, "Either you gonna drive us home, or we gonna go to sleep in this car tonight and probably get robbed, killed, and raped."
Not anally
I was
raped.
I was 12. I drove us home from the west side to the east side.
You learned that day.
Now, if I learned that day, I wasn't finna lay there and get robbed. I
I'm
knew
not
we was
about
in a
to get
fucked up
anally
area.
raped.
And
That's
this
not gonna
motherfucker
happen.
let his seat back and went to sleep. Like, let his seat back. Nigga, I turned car. I was 12. I drove us home. I got to the crib.
Talk
So
about scared of
with that being said, I think you should teach your child how to drive at 12. Because
12.
that's the age I had to drive. That's for me.
Okay. So
12.
so at 12, you're mentally capable of controlling that motor vehicle and not
Hopefully.
getting anally raped. All right, for sure.
Period. Right. There you go. I was terrified. We was on a fucked up area at that time too, like
Damn.
bad, bad. Like niggas was walking past. One nigga walked past and knocked on the window, like, hey, 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 hey. I was like, I'm
Cause
sorry.
y'all was on the east
We
side.
finna pull up. We was on the west side, but we had to drive back to the east side.
Mm-mm.
It was bad. Yeah, so teach a little motherfucker when they young. Okay, how should your child Ah, okay, how we only gonna do like maybe 4 or 5 more questions, then we're gonna
Okay.
end it.
All right, for sure.
How should your child react to someone talking about them?
Fuck them. I tell
Yep,
my
that's a
kids,
good. Yeah,
fuck them. And
fuck
I
them.
tell my kids, if somebody put this is exactly what my dad taught me. If somebody put their hands on you, you beat
Hit
their
them
ass.
back. Yep,
You beat their ass. And I'm not an advocate for fighting, but
I am.
honestly, I can't really say that because anybody that watched this that know me, they're gonna be like, bitch. But
You punched me before. What the fuck you mean
but
you don't want to fight?
But I don't want my kids to go to school just thinking about fighting. But I tell my kids, listen, you are great. You are amazing. You are here for a purpose. If a motherfucker don't like you, fuck them.
Right. Fuck them.
Fuck
Right.
them. Because guess what? You are something and you are here for a
Mm.
reason. And I love you. He love you. Your whole family love you. Listen, if they don't rock with you, fuck them.
Right.
That's what I instill in my kids.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. If somebody, how should your child react to someone talking about them? Tell them, if you want to go religiously, tell them, hey, you know who Jesus is, right? This is what y'all believe in. You know who Jesus is. They talked about Jesus. If you want to go just famously, like people talk about Beyonce. I've heard women say Beyonce suck and she's not pretty, and but obviously she is, and she's almost at a billion. So like
Right.
teach them, like
That's a
teach your
good
child,
way.
like
Yeah.
people are gonna talk about you.
People are
It's
gonna talk
okay.
about you.
Fuck them.
That means you doing
You know,
something right.
bingo. People don't talk about people who ain't doing shit. So
Yep.
keep it moving.
Yep.
Um. All right. Next
Great,
question
great
is,
analogy.
yeah. Next question is it okay to let the opposite sex spend the night in grade school? Fuck no. Are you hell
Grade
no.
school? That's like K through 6?
Is that listen, I'm
No.
not letting that motherfucker, I don't give a fuck now in high school. You ain't
No.
finna spend that. I got a
Not at my
daughter and
house.
I got a daughter and she think her little nigga finna spend the night. Is
No.
you nuts?
Not at my
Bitch,
damn
I'll
house.
kill you. Yeah,
Look,
fuck
look, why we
no.
getting our feelings though?
For real though. Look, now when he proposed, now that little motherfucker proposed and come to ask me, hey, Mr. Gray, can I have your daughter's hand in marriage? And then I interrogate him, and me and Matt and Malik and all them, we like turn up on that nigga and let him know, like, hey, I will fucking shoot you if you fuck my daughter over, nigga. Listen,
K
I
through
promise.
6? I think grade
Five, five,
school is
five.
either K through 6 or K through 8. Hell no.
Fuck grade school, all
No.
school. You ain't spending the night at
No.
my daughter's shit. That shit in the blender, nigga. At 10 o'clock, this shit done.
No.
And I'm gonna let that little nigga know whatever you do to my daughter, I'm gonna do to you.
Yep.
So you wanna
On
be
facts.
freaky with her, I'm gonna be freaky with you.
On facts. I love saying that. On facts.
Oh, for real. So yeah, no, we both say that, Jacoby. That's it. Next question is: do you think not spending time with your kid? Okay, here's the question. This is deep. Now, this shit finna fuck me and you up. Do you think not spending time with your kid affect them?
Yes,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
let you go. Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, like.
What I can honestly say is we all have parents. Obviously, we in this motherfucker.
Mm,
Um, those are the people that bring us here. Without them, we wouldn't be here. So for a child, those are the two people I feel that you trust and you can really 100% be vulnerable. Those are the two people that you can just let go because life is so hard. You know what I'm saying?
well, you should
If
be
you
able
can't,
to do that.
you should be able to. If you can't spend time with them, I feel like that'll put a level of PTSD within you and your mental. When I lost my dad, I made a video. I felt a piece of me leave because I'm like, man, my mom and my dad are the only two people that I feel like, they brought me here, and those are the two people that I can just be with.
Mm,
Just be myself, just be vulnerable, just whatever. I could fuck up 87,000 times and they still gonna truly, genuinely love me.
mm.
So yes, like of course, if you can't spend time with the two main people that brought you here, that'll fuck you up
It will. Yeah.
like really bad. I think.
And just to piggyback off what you saying is I also think like it's like I'm a firm believer in that I got this one saying like time is the most valuable thing in life. Like people think money and gold. Listen, the only thing you cannot fix is time.
Yep.
Right
Once it's
now, if I
gone, it's gone.
if if I do compulsive shopping, right, where I just go into the mall and I spend $100, I can make that 100 back.
Yep.
If I break my leg, it can heal. If I
Yep.
steal from a person, I can return that item, right? I can make it right. If I get sick, I can eat healthy and take the proper medications and fix that. The
Yep.
only thing you cannot fucking replace on the face of this earth is time.
Yep.
5 minutes ago, it's gone. Right
Gone.
now, five seconds ago, it's gone. We can't get that back. You can't
Yep.
rewind that, right?
And that's
So
why. Okay, go ahead.
So absolutely, you have to fucking spend time with your child.
Yes,
Like, and that's
absolutely.
what I think. That's what make me the guy that I am today because I remember my dad like actually putting me in the car on a Saturday morning, and we go and wash his car and stop here and stuff. We eat a little bit of breakfast, and then we just ride and talk
Yeah.
because he wanted to spend that time with me, like to let me know, like, son, this is that. And all the shit he talked to me about, it's in my mind
It's
forever.
still there.
I can
That's
never get
another
rid of it.
generational curse that the black community needs to pay attention to. We need to talk to our kids more. And
Yes. The
excuse me, and
time.
time matters. And what I would like to add to that, because
Mm-hmm.
I like to be positive and shit. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what makes life beautiful at the same time. When you're allowed to wake up and get more time, and you choose to be negative, you choose to sit around and not do things for your life, you choose to
Mm-hmm.
not make today better than yesterday, man,
Mm-hmm.
time is not given to you that you can receive back. If
Yep.
you got more of time, you need to do what the fuck you need to do.
Yes.
I feel it in my spirit.
Yeah. No, for real, for real, for real.
I feel that, man. Like, one thing I learned when my dad was laying in that hospital bed, I'm like, damn. It gave me a whole new perspective on life. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he can't get up and do certain things no more, but I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blessed enough to be able to get up and go do whatever I need to do to make today better than yesterday, because yesterday is
Yep.
gone.
It's
Yesterday is
gone.
gone.
Can't get that back.
If we here during this dimension and we got more time, why not make the best of it?
Yep.
Why not?
Make the best of it. Yep.
Yep.
So on that note, because we had two
We
hours and
still ran
33
over.
minutes. Hey,
We
look,
have
no,
more
but
questions.
people, you know what's so crazy right now? It's more and more people like tuning in. Like my
Doing it
numbers is going up. My
for
numbers going up
sure.
right now,
For sure.
and that's good. But to kind of end this, so now we discussed the problem. We answered the questions. I want to give something from you going out, right?
Okay.
I don't care how long it takes, if it's 2 minutes or 20 minutes.
Okay.
What do you think is going to help us first as a people, then us as a black people? Just give some advice going out. Somebody that I don't care what the topic is. It could be sex or health or food. Or, what do you think
Yeah.
can help us as a people?
For one, I'm a strong advocate in building your mind capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Build your brain up. You got access to the internet, you got access to libraries. Why not? I mean, everything ain't about love and hip hop. I mean, I like ratchet TV. Fuck it, you
Hmm.
know. But
Right, right, right.
we are in the age of information. So build your mind up because you are not the only motherfucker that has a mind. Your mindset is not the way of the world. It's so many different cultures, it's so many different avenues to think. Why not build that, make it a little more broad? I mean, you could help somebody in your journey by building your mind capacity. Somebody might need you right now, but you close minded. I
Hmm.
feel like we need to help more people. I feel like with this broadcast, we gonna help some people think about some different shit. I feel like
Hmm.
a lot the cancel culture and like all the shit that's going on is putting us in a position to close our minds off. We don't need to
Hmm.
close our minds off no more. Wake the fuck up, talk about how you feel, talk about different things, and expand your mind. I'm
Hmm.
always about self care, and I'm always about expanding my mind. And I'm gonna advocate that shit to the day I die.
Bingo. So that's your message you want to go out with for this podcast for sure.
Expand
And
your
I
fucking mind and be
expand your
free
mind.
speech. Don't ever let nobody close you off. Don't ever let nobody shut you up. Speak your fucking mind, expand your mind, and learn as much as you can.
I like that. Let's toast to that and toast to your dad. Rest in peace to your dad and toast to that.
Thank you.
All right. So I want to go out with is the message that I can give to us as a people and to especially us as a black people, right? Is to my mom used to say, she used to say, you know, one thing she used to say, I think one thing that's very unique about God or the universe, right, is there's not two people on this earth who think 100% alike.
Yep.
Think about it. You can
Yeah.
have a person who can agree 99%, but it's that 1% where they're like, I don't know about that. Look, everybody is different, right? And
Hmm.
so I feel like, especially in the black community, once you realize that your son or your daughter may not think like you, your
Right.
nephew or your niece may not agree with you,
Right.
your cousin or your auntie or uncle may not think like you, your colleague, your neighbor, your associate, the person in the grocery store, everybody thinks just a little bit or
A
a lot
little
of bit
different.
different.
Yep.
So once you understand that everybody don't think like you,
Right.
then it's okay for me to be emotional. It's okay for me to be thugged out. It's okay for me to be aggressive. It's okay for me to be a nerd. It's okay for me to be all these
It's
different
okay for you to
things
be
because
yourself.
to be me.
Right.
I'm me.
Right.
I'm me. Like don't make me feel bad because like let's just for example, if
I
you're
love that point because that's a point for our podcast.
yeah,
Be you.
be
Be
you.
truthful to who you are.
It's like if you're an uncle, right? And you really fucking love baseball.
Hmm.
And your nephew decides to be a ballerina. Are you not gonna fuck with him or her
Right.
because they didn't play baseball?
Right.
And that happens every day in our communities because it's like, oh, I do this and you don't, so I'm not gonna fuck with you. It's like, no, like let me be who I am. Love me for exactly who I am.
Yep.
So I would say I want to leave that to our people is dare to be different. Be yourself. Fuck what they think. It doesn't
Yep.
matter. Cause
Yep.
90% of these people ain't even paying your
They
bills or gonna be there
90% of
for
these people
you
ain't even being themselves. Themselves. Like,
themselves, right?
you know
Or
what I'm
90% of
saying?
these people they ain't finna help
I'm
you
a fucking
when you
unicorn.
right when you get into a position. They ain't finna help you. They don't give a fuck.
They don't
They're
give a
gonna
fuck,
keep it moving.
and their opinions don't
Listen,
matter.
opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one.
Everybody got one.
So I would say to my people, be yourself, number one, and on the other side, don't beat them down for being themselves.
Themselves.
You
And don't
may
be
be
jealous because they being themselves and you not being yourself.
you may be Hugh
Hello.
Hefner. Look, you may be Hugh Hefner, the ladies' man, but your son may be homosexual.
Paris Hilton. Be yourself.
You may be Beyonce. Right? I'm getting my hair done, my eyebrow, I'm Sasha Fierce and blah blah blah. And your daughter may be a fucking bulldagger.
Hey,
You see what I'm saying?
it happens.
You yourself may be an entrepreneur, hustling ass dude, but your son may say, "I want to go to college and be
I
a
wanna
computer
yes.
tech."
We need to appreciate everybody's individuality
Yep,
because that's it's beauty in that.
it's beauty in that.
It's
Yeah.
beauty in
So,
individuality. That's
yep,
another
on
t-shirt.
that, that's not. Look, you gotta stop giving out secrets away. For we see all these t-shirts, I can't cut everybody t-shirt up.
Okay.
So look, on that note,
It's been
we
real,
almost
y'all.
we almost at 3 hours. So
It's
this
been
is
real.
your name is
I'm pretty magnificent. You can check me out on IG, Pretty Magnificent One, the number one, and of course, my Cash App is $ Pretty Magnificent, the number one. Check out my YouTube channel, man. Pretty Magnificent, and I sell health products. I'm an advocate for good health. I'm getting back into music. I create content. I'm expanding my horizons. I'm a free spirited person. Check me out. Fuck with your girl. And this is our first episode of our new podcast. I hope you like it.
perfect. I love it. All right, and we're gonna end this on this one. I'm Mikey. Some of y'all may know me as Fat Boy, FATBOI, not the Y. Some of y'all may know me as STF Fat Boy. But right now I'm Mikey the Connect. I call myself that because I connect shit. I put drug dealers with consumers. I put shooters with shooties. I put
We're
artists with
joking.
producers. Or are we? Like I put people with who they need to be with. So I'm Mikey the Connect. You can reach me on Instagram at Mikey the Connect, MIKEY underscore THE underscore Connect, CONNECT. Whatever you see right here, just put some underscores on it. Underscore.
Yep.
Um, you can find me on there. Of course, you're already on my Facebook. All my information to be on there. Anybody that needs management, as far as like if you're a producer, a rapper, a singer, a dancer, you trying to get a book published, whatever
Whatever
it
you
is you
trying to
need to
do.
do, please come holler at me. I can connect you with the right people. I could make that happen for you. But
Yep.
this is the morally correct podcast.
Not.
Not. We always gotta say that's our thing. Morally correct.
Not.
Not. That's why that little slash right there, you got morally correct right there, and you got the little not over there. We're never gonna be morally correct. We're gonna hurt
Never.
feelings. We're gonna
Free
ruffle
speech.
feathers. But we're
Hashtag
gonna do
free
it
speech.
free speech. But we're gonna do it with tact. We're gonna make it make
We
sense.
gonna try to.
And well, we're
We
gonna
gonna try
try
to.
to for sure, because we human, right? So look, one more thing I do have to say before we leave is throughout the week we're gonna do like a spotlight corner.
Oh yes, yes.
Talk about that.
Spotlight corner.
Me and Pretty Magnificent. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bring on. It could be a rapper, producer, a chef,
A
a trainer,
surgeon.
a
Um,
surgeon, a brain
a
person,
librarian.
a
Anybody who
librarian.
has something that should be spotlighted.
We will
Please
bring you on
hit us
and
up.
do it. We will tell your story,
Yes,
do an
let's
interview
tell your
with you.
story because you
Yeah,
need
we
to be
want.
heard about. You have a voice. Let's let people know about your voice and what you
So
do.
we want to bring you on and let you talk on our platform, and we're gonna
Yep.
share it. We don't want no money from you, none of that
No
shit.
money. Let's just build. Let's
Yep. So
build.
inbox me or Pretty Magnificent. Inbox us. Hey, I'm interested in that. It'll be like an hour, maybe hour and a half
Yep. Let's
interview,
let's talk
like
about you.
almost like the Breakfast Club or some shit like that.
Yep.
Like we're gonna interview you. We want to give you your flowers. You could be able
Yep.
to share all your platforms or Instagrams. We want to start from the beginning, telling your story
Yes.
about where you come from, what you do, and what it is you have to provide. I don't care what
Absolutely.
it is. Anything
Whatever
you
it
want to talk
is,
about, we here.
let's
Yep.
do it.
And that's number one. And then the second thing is I'm gonna say before we get out of here is every single Sunday we're gonna go live
Yep.
on the same platform at 6 p.m. sharp.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We gonna be
Eastern
right
Standard
here
Time.
talking about real shit, and we loved your questions. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for
Yep.
the
We
questions. Thank you
appreciate
for
you.
the support.
Yeah.
Listen, this is gonna
Yeah.
be big, and we just glad
Yeah.
y'all here to see
Yeah.
it, and we
But the
want you to
spotlight
be involved.
the spotlight corners, I'm gonna say this because I want them to be clear on what we're saying. The spotlight corners, it could be a Tuesday, a Friday, we doing them
Whenever.
every day. If we got enough people, we're gonna do that because we could just post that, right?
Yep.
But this actual podcast of what we talking about is gonna be every single Sunday,
Every Sunday from
6
6 to
p.m.
8
sharp.
Eastern
Or
Standard Time.
over it because we at 9 right now. So 6 until it's a
Yep.
nigga party.
Until
So hey, show up at
we
it's
on Black people time because we
we on
actually
black
started a
people.
little
We
late,
ain't,
but it's
yeah,
alright.
we ain't gonna end till we want to end. And so just to give y'all a heads up, next week's show is about the LBGTQ community. We're going to talk about that side of the world, the
Okay.
LBGTQ community. What do we think about that group of people? Or do we think it's wrong? Do we think it's right? Do we think it's okay? Do we agree with it? Do we not? How can we help them feel more normal, etc.,
Right.
etc.,
Right.
etc.? We go listen. Next week's show probably gonna go about 4 hours because we also gonna bring in a few people on next week's show. Hopefully, I'm not gonna promise, but hopefully we could bring in a few people throughout the show. 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here. Because
That would
I
be
have a
dope.
cousin. I
That
have
would
a
be dope.
cousin. I actually have two cousins who are. Uh, can I say gay, or is I'm gonna get canceled?
Are they gay?
Yeah.
Okay, you can say gay.
Okay. So I have a male cousin and a female cousin who I love dearly, and they're both gay.
Gay and
And I want to
lesbian.
bring or lesbian. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know that. That's why
Right.
this show
Right.
is gonna
Right.
be a perfect because I want to bring both of them in on the show to teach us how to operate with that whole community. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's give their perspective and give our opinion too. We may
Yeah.
not like what I have to
Yeah.
say about it,
I
but
mean, I
that's
I
next week's
love that
show.
community, but I also, I stand up for my straight people too. I don't
Right.
think it's nothing wrong with people standing up for what they believe in.
Right. So next week,
Morally correct,
look, cause
not
we finna get all the way into that tour. We finna start the
right,
next week's
right.
show right now. So next week, Sunday,
Sunday,
6 p.m. sharp,
6 p.m. ish, Black people time.
Black people time. We're gonna try to be on the other time. 6 p.m. this next Sunday. LBGTQ community conversation. We have
Yep,
to have it.
yep.
And on that
It
note,
has to be talked about.
that's pretty magnificent. I'm
What
Mikey
up,
the
y'all?
Connect, and we out.
This has
Love
been
y'all.
morally correct podcast. Not for
Not
sure.
one more time. I said morally correct podcast. Not
Not
See y'all later, man. Have a good one.
Peace.